magic is imagination. We are moving into an age of manifestation. Things become actually less material, more ethereal. The golden dawn is when we awaken to this new station of life. What you think becomes real quicker. Regain our imagination, regain our inner child, and let that inner child out.
My name is Frank Castle, founding member of the music group Heist Click and New York City Neo Shaman. After a serious injury sidelined my career in 2013, I decided to set out on an adventure to search for myself with the help of the plant medicine ayahuasca. What I discovered waiting for me was something I could have never prepared for. It was time for me to become something more, someone more. It was time I became fearless. In the darkest of nights, gonna let my light shine as my heart beats a rhythm with space and time. When the light starts to shine inside your third eye, you awake to the knowledge that you never die. I'm becoming fearless.
Are taking this law, yeah, they dripping straight fire, so there's no chance at all. Yes, y'all, cut through the layers with a hacksaw. Deceptions and manipulations at your fatal flaw. Just a matter of time because I know we're the all. These doses upgrades as we here standing tall. The family will catch me if I should never fall. Cause we're in it till we win it, that means the long haul. Worldwide like hypertext triple protocol. Steady here, in and out, nobody anymore. I'm meant to put you forward in the way we let it stall. Consciousness in the balance, so it's more than just a brawl. Keep it on, but this is no curtain call. You losing all your power means you can't enthrall. Find the right portal, time slows to a crawl. As creative means we rise up and crush like a ball. Find the universe, as live as it gets. Yeah, we focus and we feel, and this is the mindset. That's the one, get the whole team, and now you can bet. We recognize our true power, not your marionettes. Yo, find the universe, as live as it gets. Yeah, we focus and we feel, and this is the mindset. That's the one, get the whole team, and now you can bet. We recognize our true power, not your marionettes. Yo, find the universe, as live as it gets. Yeah, we focus and we feel, and this is the mindset. That's the one, get the whole team, and now you can bet. We recognize our true power, not your marionettes. Yo, find the universe, as live as it gets. Yeah, we focus and we feel, and this is the mindset. That's the one, get the whole team, and now you can bet. We recognize our true power, not your marionettes. Yo, travel at magnificent speeds around the universe. Travel at magnificent speeds around the universe.
You have the right to engage. Here's some tools of the trade. Source, meditation, hip-hop, and sage. You have the right to resist fake gods and tricks. Designed to divide, they live in between the lines. Enjoy the ride, eyes open this time. This world's alive, within worlds collide. Incoming transmission, activate the tribe. As your ego dies, now sending you positive vibes. Put up a fight, I purge, I cry. For the first time tonight, it just feels right. Create as we rise, we anchor the light. Inside of a heist that's set inside of a heist. It's a tribe we rise, sun rays and sunrise. I am, we are the spark of life. Surprise, turns out it's been us the whole time. To see the all in you because it's all inside the universe. As live as it gets. Yeah, we focus and we feel, and this is the mindset. That's the one, get the whole team, and now you can bet. We recognize our true power, not your marionettes. Yo, find the universe, as live as it gets. Yeah, we focus and we feel, and this is the mindset. That's the one, get the whole team, and now you can bet. We recognize our true power, not your marionettes. Yo, find the universe, as live as it gets. Yeah, we focus and we feel, and this is the mindset. That's the one, get the whole team, and now you can bet. We recognize our true power, not your marionettes. Yo, find the universe, as live as it gets. Yeah, we focus and we feel, and this is the mindset. That's the one, get the whole team, and now you can bet. We recognize our true power, not your marionettes. Yo. universe. I'm as live as it gets.
Around the universe, it's as live as it gets. What is up, everyone? It's your main man, Frank Castle, your sorcerer supreme, right here each and every Saturday night on Fearless. And I am joined by my etherical translator and co-host, Paula Milo.
Hey, everyone.
Let's just tilt this back a little so we get the full option in there. Yeah, boy. How you doing?
I'm good.
Shout outs to the Fearless family. Shout outs to KG, Sons of the Sun. Shout out to Nick Zervos for the album cover of the new Capacitor track.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Todd, Cooking with Todd. Thank you for How We Do cover. Thank you everyone who's subscribe, share, who digs the songs, who's out there sharing it, playing it, swinging it. We love you so much. Thank you for being here and spending your time with us tonight. We've been doing a lot more live lately. It feels good. It feels good to get out there. The algorithm loves me again. No, it doesn't. I'm just saying that. But I'm ready. I'm ready to dive in head first. So I want to tell you something. So when I took a shower before and I started listening to my old music, I started fucking crying.
Why?
I don't know. It felt this because I don't listen to it much. You know that. But I do, but I don't. I always quote shit from the rhymes, but I was having flashbacks from one of.
Can you point the fan this way?
The song called We Mean Business. It's the one that Rob uses, Red Cup Review. Rob Banks of the Red Cup Review. Check him out if you like into toys, comic books. He's on YouTube, and it's like a really blaring, upbeat anthem track. And you would not think that would, but we must have played that song 1,000 times on stage, and the whole place would erupt when we would do that. It turns the place up into something else. It's not like the other tracks. Not that we don't have others that do that, but that one was when the singers left the group. So we had no singers, and then we didn't know what to do anymore. And we were just like, well, we're just going to do our anthem tracks and everything. And then the DJ showed back up. We had a new DJ. We had Sal show up, and we were like, what is this? And we came together with that one. And then we would break through, open the show with it. And the whole place would look like everybody's eyes just open. What the fuck was this? We were not expecting this. Right. It's just all hitting me at once. Doing
so
those songs on stage and all the amount of shows, the Christmas shows and the Halloween shows and the Thanksgiving shows. We've done a lot of them. I mean, we did Christmas at the Limelight.
Oh, yeah.
We had Santa Claus on stage with us. LA Guns was there. It was crazy. So I just got moved. It was very emotional, and that's why I was acting a little weird. I was a little quiet when I came out of the shower. It hit me in this mode, but I started listening to Live as It Gets in the shower. The playlist came up. This is how it happened.
I heard it.
Right?
Yeah.
And then it was Live as It Gets, Capacitor, Jurassic 5, and then Heist Click. And then I stepped back a moment, is this happening to me in the shower?
That's your life's work.
You don't realize it.
You should be proud of it.
I was proud of it. I'm very emotional about it because it's almost, okay. So there's a nostalgia to it. It's really good. And the rhymes are not dated, but you can tell we were younger guys because we didn't try to date the rhymes by using dates and times and certain things to date the song. So when you hear it, you're like, oh, this shit's old. He's talking about some old basketball player. So this is an old song. Right. We purposely didn't do that. So whenever you turn it on, it would still fit and be relevant. Do you know my brother was in one of his tracks? We have a track called Invincible on the second album, Invincible. And it's the song we put into the Iron Man movie, and then they wound up taking the other song, which was weird. But in the song, he punchlines is no vaccines.
Really?
Yeah. So we have a bunch of punchlines from our group, and Paula knows this because we were listening, where we were all talking about stuff that's happening right now.
Oh, in your
and still hasn't happened yet, but you're heading right towards it. in like
Uh-huh.
98 to 2011, we covered all of these topics happening now, and yet not one in the group is I'm the conspiracy theorist. Petro and Kutta literally couldn't stand me, but Kutta would kind of come over and go, "Oh, I know they're doing some stuff, bro." Right? Petro would go, "Who has time for that? We gotta live, Frank. You fucking playing your magic cards and your D&D. We gotta fucking drink and get fucked up." Like that was him. You bunch of fucking weirdos. And then Rob would play middleman and go, "Well, they are doing it. No, if you look, yeah, but Frank, that's taking it too far." And then he would turn around and take it triple further. But in his rhyme for the Iron Man, I suggest, if you want to hear some cool music, checking out Heist Click Invincible on YouTube and checking out the song Iron Man. Do you want me to?
I'm gonna bring it closer, right?
You can.
Okay. Is that better?
Yes. And then hear some of the characters in the song discussing vaccines and not taking them and not being part of it, and then just throwing it in as a pun line. I can't remember how the line went. I'm getting all emotional. And then I just looked in the mirror, like, made the face like I was looking at my brother.
Tears, or were they
totally happy?
They were happy tears. You weren't sad, or you weren't purging anything.
No, and I wasn't trying to go back to it either. You know, when you're like, "Oh, well, now I'm with Kevin and me and KG will do it better." Like, I didn't have to do that.
Go back. Yeah.
I feel so confident with Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like me and him will just run in and do what we got to do. Almost like two wizards or something. I can't explain it. My group was more like when a college football game starts, they hold the sign up and everyone runs through the sign.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we were. We were the guys running through the sign going, "Raw motherfuckers." Like,
yeah, but that's young energy.
That's
young people energy.
I
It's
know.
different. That's when you can conquer the world. Now it's like,
I listen to some of the songs and they get me worked up. Like I feel like, oh, I could do this on stage, and then I start sweating, going, "Oh, I put out way too much." Like, I use a lot of angry energy to put that out. Yeah. So to be like this all the time is always getting crazy. It gets a little much, and it's a little difficult to keep up with that now. But I could see where it comes from. But listening to it, I felt like I was listening to just a younger version of me, not as complex as I am now at all, but I still have it in there. Mm-hmm. I do it in this weird way, this angry way, where now I just kind of go with it. I have fun with it now. Back then it was fun, but it was fun to be like this. Paula, you motherfucker. Like, we would do stuff like that. We'd come on the show and start tackling people and just grabbing them and jumping on their heads and sitting down and then going, "Okay, what do you want us to be serious now? Okay, we're ready to go." And it was just a constant move forward that way. And I'm already out of breath thinking about how to do, like, now it's like the Sons of the Sun. It's like the great magnetic capacitor.
Because you were a bulldozer.
Yeah, it was the Juggernaut.
Yeah. Like,
nothing stops the Juggernaut, right? Just running in and doing stuff.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, but it was, man, when I slept hard, man, you sleep hard after that shit, right? But now,
sure,
like you with abundance and attracting abundance, being abundance, but attracting that which we need or you need, or it will happen. Just trust me. You go through when I'm doing now has that same vibe that is.
Yeah.
So it's weird to me. It's like foreign to hear me, Jurassic 5, me and Kev and I back to back with Jurassic 5, then Heist Click. Jurassic 5 is who the Heist was making. They were teasing in a good way because it was one of our favorite groups, but they're more laid back. Right? They're like right? It's very easy kind of. Mm-hmm. And we all like that now because we're in our 40s. So we're like, yeah. But at the time, they were young and they were way better than us. And we were looking at them like, "Oh my God, these guys are so much different than us and so good." Like, we used to sweat everyone. It was always okay to have everyone at the hip hop table. That's what made hip hop great. Like, you were great. You're great, man. Oh, that song was great, man. I listen to that every day when we smoke blunts and play D&D, man. Oh my gosh, look who else. And you're great, man. And yet, and they used to go, the old guys would go, "Yeah, that's what's up." And the new guys would go, "Get the fuck out of here. We don't have time. It's me and my crew versus you." It turned into that shit somewhere along the way. And I think that was the industry doing that kind of stuff.
Probably.
You know, like, you couldn't do a greatest hits now. Like, back then on channel MTV, when they did
Play music. Yeah.
Shit, I had a dream. I was gonna go channel 5 at 5 o'clock. It was MTV, like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and they would do hip hop, and they would bring out one guy would, like, the curtain would open, the first guy would come out, and you get like Eric Sermon, right? So he'd come dancing out, and then you'd get, Fife Dog come out, right? Then you get Busta would come out, and then you'd get you'd get all the characters would come on stage together and just do music. They would just do like a verse from their song and then all hang out and throw down. Very interesting stuff. You were never into any of that, were you? So I'll change it for you. I'll switch it so you can get on track with what I'm doing, because I'm just flying.
Can understand.
What's your favorite? Wait.
I don't.
Tell Kev and everybody out there, what's your favorite Sons of the Sun song?
Oh, this one.
What's this called?
Live as It Gets. This
Oh,
one.
yeah.
This one. I like all three of them, but I think this one's my favorite because.
What is it? Tell me, because you've never really reacted when it came to Heist Click. You were like, "Yo, you got some good stuff," and then we had like a good afternoon listening to it, and it was cool. But this is completely different. I've never seen you act like this. We
just listened to your music one afternoon. We used to listen.
No, when we were like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, no. When I said I really liked it, I do like it. I don't like that kind of music, but
no, but this did so.
I love this
because I checked you.
It.
I'm like, do you love it because I just did it in the apartment that we live in? And you're like, no.
No. I like everything about it. You know why? I like the pace of the songs, because you can do, and Ellen had said this, like she can go to the gym to it. She can do she can drive in the car with it. And, you can listen to it while you're doing anything. And it's true. Like I was cleaning today cleaning, and I have my iHeart playlist, and your stuff comes up, and now it's in my playlist. So it always comes up.
This morning when I got up, you went, "Hey Frank, what song is this?" And the guy was fixing the boiler. Yeah. And I was like, "I think I've heard this guy before." Yeah. Like there's a fun that goes with it.
Of course it is. Because it's you on it's like you on the radio. It's not the radio, we know that, but like it's you on the radio.
I mean, technically, I've been played on the radio, though.
No, I know that. But like when your music comes up, it's exciting for me because I know how hard you work at it, and I know how much you put into it. So to hear the finished product while I'm doing something and being able to enjoy it at the same time, and it's you, is amazing. It's like it hits everything. It hits all the notes.
I appreciate you saying that.
Oh.
You're my little homie.
You're welcome. No, but I'm serious. Like I know how much. Like I know how hard you guys work. I see the back and forth. It's craziness. I heard every single iteration of these songs.
She hears me doing it when she's here. She'll go in the other room, and it's me doing the same lines like 100 times, and then halfway through fucking up, listening to it, laughing really loud.
Oh yeah.
And then screaming, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Like just
so I mean, and then like when Kev was sending you the tracks back, and then they were changed, and then we were hearing the songs, and it's like, but that's not the finished song. And then I'd hear another track, and it would be completely different than the one, like it would be not completely different, but it would be very different from the first one. Mm-hmm. And then then we'd talk about which ones we liked better.
Yes.
So it's just it's really cool to be a part of the whole process, and then to hear the finished product. Like I was cleaning the kitchen today, was like, check the expiration dates on all the food because now we're having a space issue, and Frank and I are worried about a shortage crisis, so we bought like, I think we have. I think we have like 300 pounds of dry cat food. Not 300, but I mean, it's probably like.
Listen,
it's probably like
if they're gonna fuck with the system, you better have like
180 pounds of cat food, and we were strategically trying
and litter, just things you would need,
and all for the cats. And like I bought extra cat food too, and the treats, because whenever there's a shortage, there's never treats or the soft pouch food, and you know,
Listen, we're
just,
learning to do it more than anything that we've said previously. This thing in your face, push this down and then bring that arm
yeah,
up.
I'm good. Thank you.
I didn't realize it was doing that.
I didn't realize it either.
You can do it like that.
I can do it like that.
I can't hold it. Wait, hold on.
Thank you. So
Is that stiff? Sorry, I just meant
just like a cock.
words like.
Not just any cock.
Oh.
You know. It's after 9 o'clock, right? Yeah. Okay.
Hey, shout outs to everybody in the chat room. I see Roz here, Eye of Ra, shout outs. Check him out on TFR. I believe he's on Saturday nights right before this, or work back. It's either 7-8 o'clock on the East Coast. He's fucking awesome. Shout outs to Della, Marcus, G-Hog, Sons of the Sun. And really quick, shout outs to Shaman Tiffany. Thank you very much. You're awesome. And shout outs to the Golden Lantern, Higher Frequency, Robert Hawley. We caught you this afternoon. I missed you. We were having the craziest. I had my mother, then my father, then the house, and the boxes and boxes.
So of course,
boxes,
like, you know,
boxes.
Every week we have a crazy story that is so true that people are like, that's not true. And it's like, no, this really happened. Frank had ordered some stuff for his mom to bring to his mom's house. Then he picked up packages that were in front of the house, and he has those here. And then we got a paper towel delivery this morning. And yesterday we got a Chewy delivery. And then today we got the second part of the Chewy. I know. You know what, Della? You know what?
Yesterday we redid sections of the bathroom.
He's been volleying with these sexual comments with me, and I never, ever give it back. So there you go. Oh, and last week, we just want to say thank you. We know there was a super chat, and we want to say thank you, but because Frank was scrolling and talking, and we had mic issues, he missed it. So thank you, because we're not dicks like that. But yeah, so then his Amazon packages for his mom's house come. So there's 2 gigantic packages in the tiny hallway that we have, like,
plus everything else.
Then we got Chewy packages, then a paper towel delivery, because we went to Costco, and I went to Costco with Frank's mother this week.
There were empty fucking shelves.
No toilet paper, no paper towels, and everything went up a couple of dollars. And I was pissed, and I bitched the whole way home. And so then I know, you know what? Fuck it. I don't care. So this is why we're not monetized, because I just don't care. Kevin, I blame you partly, you know, so I'm just kidding. And you know what, Joe? I thought, I'm not even going to blame you for anything, because you probably didn't do it. So, but every delivery imaginable came to the house today. And then when
did they drop any of them in front of the fucking front door? Like right next to the door?
Yes, I had to shimmy the door.
We'll give you 6 inches to get out of your door that opens outward, and we'll pile 5 Chewy boxes.
You don't know what happened. So yesterday, when the Chewy boxes, so we got 5 Chewy boxes, because, like I said, I ordered like dry. Frank ordered dry cat food that came separate. And then I had 5 Chewy boxes.
I had all these Amazon things
coming. And when I heard the guy come, I ran to the door to say thank you and to hold the door open, because they always block the door. And I don't know why they do that.
They're mad that you just made them carry those fucking 50-pound boxes to the front door, and it says this side up, and they're always on their side.
I know, but I always say thank you, and I'm always very nice to deliver. And I have a disability I can't carry anything. So now they delivered one of the boxes this morning, and it was the racks, and I had to ship it. Frank ordered 2 wire shelving racks, so the boxes were long and they were heavy, and I had to shimmy the door open to like scooch through. And then we had every delivery in the world. And then now we have to find a place for everything, and I'm opening cabinets and trying to find places to put things, and then now I come across like, oh, this is expired, and then that became a whole thing.
Yeah,
and,
rotate your shit in your house, so you'd be throwing out a lot
and
of
then
stuff
I was
later
like,
on.
no, I'm not keeping this inventory if it's not, or like close to expiration. I put in the front, and it's like, we have to use this like this week,
Right.
or we have to get rid of it. And then like all the stuff we're not eating, we put in a shopping bag, and then we give it to someone. So, all the stuff that we don't want. The expiration dates are good. We're just not going to eat it, so we're going to give it away. And it was just one of those days, and
Well, you don't stop moving. It's
no,
nonstop.
No. And then Frank wanted to rest a little bit before the show, and he was like, don't do too much. And then I was like, I'm not stopping, because if I sit down, that's it. I'm going to go out. I'm going to be gone. That's it.
We ate a little bit of food. I don't know who's noticing this within themselves, but I had some chicken and some rice and was out, and some beans.
Yeah, but you didn't eat anything.
No, I know, but it's like any meal that I eat. Just about everything I eat now makes me sleep for like an hour, and then my eyes just open.
Yeah, and then you're fine.
It's like all my body's energy needs to go to my belly to work on whatever I just ate, regardless.
And it's funny because this is happening to us. Tonight we didn't go for a walk because we did so many. It was like
my ass cheeks hurt from yesterday.
I know.
Still,
it was like go time all day today, and yesterday we really did have a good walk. It was real.
Hello, kitty.
We did have a good walk yesterday.
Who's been feeling since the full moon they could keep up?
Oh, anyway,
with the Kardashians, you know what I'm saying?
You can't,
that was a bad one.
It's terrible, and then whether we walk or don't walk after we eat, it could be literally a salad, or it could be a meal.
I drank a smoothie the other day, and then I drank the whole thing. I gave you a cup and I drank the rest. I was great for like an hour. I felt everything going in, and then as soon as it started going, I just went. Going on. And then I was like, oh my God, what day is it? And it was like 58 minutes later. I wake up within that hour and open my eyes.
I don't know what's going on.
I'm back. I just need some water.
Yeah, I'm done. I was rambling. I'm done now.
It's a good ramble.
Thank you.
It's a scramble for what's going on.
It is a scramble.
The full moon really was great this time around. I think it was like a hunter's moon or something. I don't know what it is. I went outside and powered. I charged up. Shout outs to Jenny Miller. I have the goddess with me at all times.
Oh, we put her out.
You
put her out the other night.
One of, and I can't speak for all of them yet, but I could say the little one, which I call Shorty, loves to be with
the heart,
and they want to be in the moonlight together. And I'm like, holy shit. But the heart's been coming out at me every single moon. I usually ask the crystals and whatever, like, who wants to go where do you need to be? I asked my crystal skull, hey, you coming out with me tonight? Nope. Not out into the, like, he'll sit all day in the sun with me, absorb it all. It's almost like a light.
Well, the cat delegate is still on the shelf, and every now and then she asks like to be moved.
Yeah.
And then I move her, and then she's like, "Okay, I'm back."
Mm-hmm.
But she's very, very, and it's like Della said, she's very, very calm, very mild, and it's like she kind of whispers, or you hear nothing for a long time.
Quick question. 8 years ago, would you have heard that crystal talking to you? I know that 8 years is a big jump, but
not the way I hear it now. No, I would have thought it was saying something to me. I wouldn't have believed it was. I would have thought I heard something 8 years ago. Because I was already, the crystals were definitely a big part of.
See, for me, this is all the crystals.
Oh, no,
when you see how I got into them, I was like, crystals are awesome. I wanted to buy every kind of crystal. This one will calm and this one will do.
That never goes away.
But I'm going to
Never
tell you,
goes
a lot
away.
of people have them around them, and they, you know, they appreciate them or not. They just have them there decorationally, whatever. When I go under and I use a crystal, whatever one I grab, if it seems to be that's the one. My higher self's like, oh, just grab the crystal and see what happens. It does something that you couldn't have done. It's like the push over the finish line to get you through like a room inside of you.
Yes.
I broke through this one area once and I'm like, what? I was holding my wand like this. What the fuck is going on? And they were like, you're in. And then it was like when you find the secret room in Mario Brothers and you get all the coins, it was like all things about me. And I'm like, where is this place? Has got to be cleaned up. I grabbed some these brooms. I started sweeping and everything backed up. And I'm like, this place is gorgeous. And they're like, Frank, this is you. You got to break through, man. These are just layers inside of you you've been breaking through. And I'm like, this is amazing. So the crystals help you do that, but they'll also tell you, you put me in the sun. Are you listening to me? 8 years ago, 6 years ago, even, I would have just thought my head was so many movie screens at once. I had to like focus, like go inside for 1 second.
That was your hardest part.
And then pick the screen. Here it goes. There I'll go. And then as I'm looking at it, all the other ones are hitting me. I used to say when I would write my lyrics, it would look like a cloud would come over and then letters would play plinko out of the sky. And then they'd fall into place. They would come out backwards, not backwards like in reverse. Like I would see like for superpowers, the S would come through.
Really?
I would just start writing, and then you would notice it doesn't rhyme this way. I'm like, write it backwards, not in reverse. I would write the right word, then the next word and write it back this way across the page until I figured out what was going on.
Really?
Yeah, and they were like, you're not dyslexic because everything else is normal on you. It's only when you write music lyrics that happens to you. And I even wrote a song about it, and I talk about the sky just opens up and rhymes fall, but I can't put it together. I can't say like Frank wants to say this. So, you know, Paula and Frank are sitting in front of the mic. We got the flow to keep you up all night. Like I couldn't do that back then. I'd have to write that down. That's how crazy it was up there. Just to give you a little peek into the mind of the non-monster. The googly goggly of light. I swear, I just want to reach up into a demon's bed while it's sleeping and grab it right by its sack and go, no. Uncle Frankie says hi, and then go back under and scare the shit out of them. I tell them all, because this is what's been happening to me. I've been raising my frequency so high that the dark things will try to touch you before you go. And I'll be like, nope. Boop. And they're like, this, and I'm like, nothing. There's nothing there except love.
I think that
my heart for you. Now fuck out of here, bro.
But they can't touch you. Like I realize,
go home and dream about us.
Yeah, but that's all they can do. They can't come in here because there's so many cats here. They can't even get.
I want to be in their movies, the Freddy Krueger character or the Hellraiser character to them, but it would be like watching a comedy.
No,
and they would be in complete horror the whole time. You'd just be running at them.
No,
come on, I baked you a cake. I love you. And then they'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
You know what it's like for them? It's like Rainbow Bright. Having to watch Rainbow Bright and the Care Bears.
Well, if the Care Bear stare hit a demon, you see, well, it literally does it on the show. It hits bad guys, and you see what it does to them. So that would be a nightmare scenario for one of them.
I get it.
A demon would look at the light like, I just hate that so much. I don't want nothing to do with it. And then you show up with a party right to his fucking door. He'll be like, man, it's after 1 a.m. What do you do? Oh, shit, it's Frank. And be like, hey, I heard you wanted a cake. He'd be like, I don't want no fucking cake. I heard what you do with that cake. Right. And then he'd go in the house, he'd hide at the window, and every time he'd peek out, I would be right there. I'd come up and go, hi. He would just lose his shit. You're not going to let me in? Don't you want to hang out and talk to me? I thought, don't you love me? I love you. And they're like, oh my God, it's Frank. Get the shotgun. That shit don't work on him. I come in the house, they start fucking demon shooting at me, and I'm just laughing. Ha 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 ha. I come all the lights start turning on,
Like
and they're like, what the fuck? Everything goes back into place. This is not dirty anymore. And they're like, this is a fucking nightmare, bro. Get this guy out of here. They have to call their version of the Ghostbusters. They don't work, so they're beat. How crazy would that be? In an alternate universe, it's like that. You know that, right?
yeah, because you would shine them with your Franken cranky Care Bear
My
stare.
Franken crank. Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
Anybody want to play a game of one-on-one? Right? And then you're just like, holy shit, you step right onto the demon basketball court, right? And they all start running for the fences. They're climbing over everything. Nobody wants to play with me. The lights all start coming on, and you see them all scurrying back into their holes. See, that's fucking fun for me, man. I gotta have fun with this because the things they do.
I don't see anything like that. So I
yeah,
don't,
but you dated demons. And
I
you've been
of
around
course
them.
I have. I dated
People infecting
reptilians. Yeah,
reptilians.
totally.
Yeah, me too. That shit is. Those are the relationships I never like. It'll flash in your mind like, hey, remember that? It's like, nope, trying to forget. Still 25 years later.
PTSD. That
literally
shit
not
takes
looking at that.
years to go away. Do you remember how jumpy I was when the first couple of years? I didn't realize it. It took ayahuasca to do everything, but it took ayahuasca to make me realize that I was suffering. I had been suffering from PTSD. I didn't even realize it. Yeah, day 17. This guy. Oh, I'm sorry. I have really bad dry mouth from this week.
Me too.
And
yeah, why is it doing that all of a sudden?
I don't know. I
got it too.
It's like the desert.
Dune. Desert power.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because when he was on his planet, it was water power.
Yeah,
so they're gonna learn
and
how to
air
use
power.
because you learn how to use what you got. Can I have an allergy pill, please?
Yeah. You are so correct.
And use what you got. This is what I got.
So I have dreams where it's like weird shit like that. And I know that's me. My personality is so. When ayahuasca said to me when I first met her, it was like day 3 or day 2 on the first round. She was like, Frank, don't worry about nothing. Whatever they do to you, it's only going to make you stronger. And I'm like, who's going to do what to me? What are you talking? Because I was seeing some crazy shit. And I was like, I don't know if I want any of this stuff. And they were like, don't worry about it. The personality is that if anything occurs, you're just going to get more intense.
Of course, because you're protected. You're gonna
Right.
get
So you
stronger.
just stand up harder again. And you're like,
Right.
bro, I got, right. It's
I
not
get
how
it.
many times you fall, it's how many times you get back up.
Mhm.
And then that's literally what happened to the point of me
Yes, I know it.
laughing
Mhm.
about it. Like, come on. I could walk a bunch of people through here. And as they go, rah, we go, no, lights on. And everyone's just stunned. Like that's impossible. No, it's not impossible, right? To the programmer. Like I write the script. Like
Right.
I can write it as I
As you go.
live and breathe.
As you think it, you write it.
As I'm here, I can create the story. Doesn't matter. I could Roger Rabbit this bitch, pull a fucking hammer out, one of those big thumpers, hit you on the fucking head with it.
Right.
And when your head explodes into cake and you're like, I'm the ultimate monster of all time. You ain't shit. I wrote the program, bitch. I wrote you into this. You wrote them into this for yourself. So there's no one more potent than you. And Aya, I'm telling you, after that day, she yelled, "You's too bad. You gotta fucking start thinking bigger." And I saw Zeus. She's like, Frank, you want to see Zeus? There he is right there. And I'm like, he's so small and cute. She's like, you can fit every Zeus everywhere into Paula, and then everyone else everywhere into Paula, then the entire universe into Paula. Like she was just showing me, and then there was still room for more. All right, none of this sounded right when I said it like this, but
Thanks, Frank.
it was like, no, it wasn't like that. It was like going in, and you were just sitting there like, I don't know if it was empowered or deciding to be empowered. It was like in that range somewhere where you get the breakthrough, even though she's yelling and I can hear it because she knows I'm going to say something to you.
Mhm.
because I'm looking right at her like, oh shit, we must be so much more. She's like, all of you are so much more. It's not like
We are.
Frank and Paula. It's all of you.
I believe that we are. We are all more. I believe that we are. I'm sorry. I have a
no
I'm
more
sorry,
than that's okay though.
No. I believe we are, but I also believe there's a time and place.
Oh, of course.
You know, I understand now why it bothers me when people don't believe me. Not that it bothers me. I don't mind if you don't believe me. I don't like it when you're questioning where I'm coming from, because I'm very straightforward. And if you ask me a question about anything, I will give you an answer.
10-10.
I'm usually very direct. So it does bother me when people doubt what I feel is true. That does bother me. And it does bother me when people just don't, when they refuse to just let it go and trust me. Just trust me.
Well,
it's worked for me. I've proven that it's worked for me. Please let me help it work for you. Everyone I've ever talked to that's ever wanted anything has gotten it. And if they haven't gotten it, they haven't gotten it yet. I mean, we can go down the list.
Look, we've been in this one place,
and it upsets
and from
me.
Here, we've watched everyone else
So
fall apart and get back into place, and then get what they want
and get built back up,
and then we're like,
and I think people forget that I've had it all. I had the house, I had a car, I had a career, I had a great job, I had a great career. But I felt terrible. I was having surgeries all the time. My CP was out of control. I even when I was resting, I wasn't getting rest because I was always working. I used to go on vacation just because I needed an escape from my life. Now I don't want to go anywhere, because I'm happy right here where I am. So when I say something, I have had the experience. I don't talk if I haven't had an experience. This.
From the non-wisdom perspective. Like you gain wisdom through experience.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, when people are like not judging me, you can judge me. I don't care. When people don't want to just try it, it doesn't cost anything to try it. It doesn't cost anything to believe. It doesn't cost anything to throw your hands up and say, okay, maybe it is something I'm doing. That upsets me. But there is a time and place, okay? I'm a queen, okay? But right now I live in a 1-bedroom apartment. So, yes, I'm the queen of this 1-bedroom apartment, but there's a time and place. I can't be who I am yet.
However, I'm going to caveat this to all women that are out there doing the shadow work and the hard work. Even those that aren't, that don't know, I'm going to give you props because eventually you'll come around. But you are all kings and queens. I've seen it.
At the least. Remember who you are.
I'm saying,
we're
the real ones. If you look at the Queen of England and go, wow, that's the Queen, and then think that you're not really one, you're not thinking in the terms of worthy. We have a few ladies that are like, I'm a king. Mm-hmm. Like, not even a queen. Like, I already know I'm a woman and I'm a fucking king, though. Who is bugging out? Was it Ellen? Because I had a few people do it. I went under, I'm a king.
Oh, she said that I'm a king. Yeah. But, and
it's the truth, though. We're just humbleized because of the outfit.
Yeah. But I agree with that. And, both Lexi and Angela Miller will agree with me because they were both in my presence when I said.
Two of my favorite women.
Angela Miller did a healing in me when she was here in the bedroom. And I mean, we got through layers. She got through layers. And she said to me while she was doing the healing, you liked it better when you were a man in your past lives when you were a man. And I said, oh, absolutely. Because it was easier to get stuff done. And I answered her just like that. Like she asked me, and matter of factly, and she was doing a healing. So I know I meant it, because when I answer like that, I know it's my higher self answering. It's not me, because the doubt would have come in, or a hesitation would have come in. It was my higher self, definitely, because it was easier. I mean, I mean, I love being a woman. We can do things that you can't do.
Excuse me.
That's just the way it is. But I think I liked navigating through this 3D life better as a man, because it was easier. But every time I had a regression, I was always some sort of a medicine, alchemy, something.
I understand that reference.
Mhm.
I was,
and
too.
I had cats.
I was shown that even when you were dark, like you went that negative route.
Oh, I was, yeah.
They
It
showed
was
me
magic.
They
Definitely,
showed me using
it was
black
alchemy.
magic, swords,
Mhm.
and then they were like, "Look how it's still you." I'm like, "That does not look like me." And then he turned, like, they were having dinner, the family,
Mhm.
and he turned to his son. He's like, "I'm going to teach you everything I know, and you're going to grow up, and you're going to have all the knowledge." And I go,
Right.
"That looks just like me." And they're like, "Dude, that's fucking you. Look at his face."
I never looked like
And then
me.
I go, "He's so nice all of a sudden,
I
but he
always look
just
different.
killed women and children on the other side, and then try to steal their fucking souls and drank blood, but then went home and kissed his wife and loves his kid." You were still a medicine man, even when you were that guy.
Right.
There was still a hint of
Goodness.
good. Yeah, you can be brought back,
Yeah.
even though you did the most horrendous. I'm like,
I
I
agree
don't
with
want to
that.
hear this right now. I'm fucking bugging out. And they're like, "You're gonna hear it, and you're gonna look directly at it, and you're gonna get on with your life, because it's the truth." And I'm like, man, this hurts a little bit, but it hurts more not knowing things, knowing that I don't know them. I know ignorance is bliss, but knowing that you don't know something and then you stop it from getting, you stop yourself from getting that knowledge, that's a waste, and that's a dishonor to yourself.
I was just reading comments.
Oh.
And listening to you.
No, that's okay. It's
I agree with you. I think that there has to be some bad if there's good. I mean, it can't just all be good.
No, they showed me playing the different parts. They were like, "Look, every one of you was an evil something or another, a lot." They told me 60 something percent I was the villain. Literally.
I didn't get
That's
that.
why I was saying
I
I'd
didn't
make
get that
such
at
a
all.
good villain. I don't know why.
I didn't
Like,
get that.
if you were to see me in a movie, I don't have these like thoughts of overly heroed moments, like Die Hard thoughts or whatever. I always have the guy that's just like, look, and trips you, just takes your feet out and goes, hey. Like, I don't know what that is, but it works every fucking time. And I go,
That's me.
That's what I'm saying. Like, were you a mean fucking dummy that did all this stuff to people? And it's like, well, if you add them all up, it really, sweep the leg. And I'm like, oh no,
You were that guy.
that's rough,
I hate
man.
that guy.
Because you become king, and then you get dropped.
I don't care
right
about
on your
king.
fucking head. Really crazy stuff. Speaking about kings and queens, the other night I was on like day 15. I went 17 days, by the way.
17 days.
Mushrooms.
In a row.
They asked me to stop.
Microdose.
They asked me to stop so I can integrate now.
Yes, because you have all of that information.
I have so much info that it's been hard to even talk about.
I only get little bits. I get a lot of info when you wake up and have coffee, because as you're waking up, I guess
it's happening. I'm coming right out of it. I'm
so
like,
you
I
want
need
to
to
share
talk
as quickly as you can before you forget it, and it's great. And then during the day, there'll be bursts of bursts of information, but a lot of it, some of it, I heard. I know it happened earlier, but you're integrating it because some of the stories are very similar to the stories you told me last week.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some crazy stuff. There was, but I think it's I mean,
so I
think it's amazing that you can do that.
One of the things they showed me, so it's been in the shower, and I'd be that it'll start hitting me in the shower. So they showed me, we did the bathroom, right? And I felt so, remember I said,
we
I've
put
never
shelves
felt
up in the bathroom.
yeah, we took this stuff out and we put
we
like
had
a
one
wood
of those
board backings
over the tub racks. It goes over the toilet
racks because it's an old fashioned kind of toilet.
And because there's no it goes right into the wall. There's no tank. So we needed an over the toilet rack because they tiled halfway. And I hated that thing for so long. And
I fell into it 100 fucking times.
Oh, me too. And it's like got a dent. It had a dent on
That's from
the
me
bottom
falling
row.
into
Me
it.
too.
I was like, black. Oh shit.
So we finally, long story short, I got the shelves and Frank got all the hardware, and it looks beautiful now. And it took a couple of days to do.
It's like 5 strips. It looks like it's a little
kind of like a shiplap, but
pallet wood, but it's not pallet wood.
They're
2 that size though,
1/4 inch by 2 by 4.
right? And we put like 5 of them up, and then 5 of them this way, and then hung racks on
racks and shelves,
all different ones. It looks fucking great. Everything's up and out of the way.
And no one hits their head anymore on the toilet rack.
It just looks so nice. And then I was just feeling really good. And then I'm in the shower, and then they showed me this a visual of a white kid from like the 30s. He was wearing shorts that looked like grandpa pants cut into shorts, but all the kids were wearing them, almost like Forrest Gump when he's the little kid and he's running those weird big shorts he's wearing.
Yeah, they're pleated in the front.
Yes. All right, so he's wearing that, and it was like a tweed or something too, and then like this blue button down, 3 buttons down, and bright blue eyes, blonde hair, about 10 years old, and he's holding it looks like an Olympic medal, but it's not an Olympic medal. It's it has the American band around it, the USA kind of looking thing, and then a medal of some kind, and he's holding it, and everyone's cheering, and he just feels stupid proud, and he feels really good. And so they were like, the last time you felt this exact way, like exactly, it was when you were this kid. Because I went, who the fuck you show me a blonde hair, blue eye kid for? They're like, dude, that's you. I go, that doesn't look like me.
It never should look like you. Every time
there's always something. The eyes.
Every time I'm regress, I look completely different. Every single time.
There's always a variant of you.
Yeah, that's
whether
how
you're
you
a guy or a girl or a dog or a snake or a bird.
I never look anything like me. I know it's me. My soul tells me it's me, but because the soul is the one that travels.
This kid looked nothing like me anyway, but I felt it. I was like, oh shit. And
so
then
that's the last time
that
was
that connection.
Wow, good for you.
And then it was the thing with Kevin with the sons.
Every time I walk into that bathroom, I smile now. Every time, even it's dirty. We have to clean it.
Clean the
we
floor.
didn't get to it.
Looks
it's
like
I got to clean the walls and everything, but it looks beautiful. And it's so funny because I hated that rack, but Frank was so afraid in the beginning a couple of years ago to even put a nail in the wall that when I brought up the conversation of shelves, we just didn't talk about it because Frank didn't want to have the conversation. And I said, you know what, that's fine. One day he'll be ready to do it. And he told me he wanted to do it.
I saw it in my head done. So it's timing. Maybe a topic for tonight is timing, divine timing, because I asked a few weeks ago for a couple of things. Again, I ask, and I know I'm receiving the whole time. But I'm like, yo, could I just get like a teacher of some kind that does carpentry to come literally and hang out with me for a minute? I have some questions I have to ask you about a whole bunch of shit. Send space fucking Jesus. Send the fucking AI space Jesus. I don't even care. The guy's got to know carpentry though, right? And they're like, okay. So in the background, I walk in and out of the bathroom. You keep going. I feel a timer going like this has got to go. That's why I said that day, you want this out. We got to get this out of here. In my head, it went ding, done. And then I saw the guy showing me how to make the cuts with the tools I have. He was literally it was like having Tim the Toolman Taylor standing with me going, no, like that. Yes. Now make the cut. And then it went fast through my head, the whole thing. And I said, oh shit, I could get this done today. Right now, I could get this done. And I started doing it, and we would have been done, but I couldn't. I ran out of wood.
So we had to go back to Home Depot and get more wood. And the guy at Home Depot cut it 1 inch too short.
Oh, these fucking guys never let them cut boards one
All
on
the
top of
boards.
another and then all at once.
So it was our bad because we didn't stay on top of it. They were busy and they were rushing, and I should have asked them to measure it because we could have just put the wood down and just gotten
the girl
more
says,
wood.
I'm not good at this. Show me how to do this. She pulled it out to 33. She went 32, and you went, no, 33. And then she goes, oh, 33. And
yeah,
then
and
marked it.
She marked it.
And then cut them. We had one slice at 33, and then everything else was a variant off to 32.
Yeah, because they put
I was
anyway,
like, you
so,
motherfucker.
All right, but anyway, we made it work.
Made it look not only well. I would have never thought in my head to do it the way you showed me how to do it. So I appreciate you for that.
No, I appreciate you for listening.
I was looking at it like so confused, like what the fuck, and then hanging yeah. Sometimes two minds can work.
Once we got the first 2 boards in, you knew exactly what was happening, right?
Yeah.
And
well,
then,
I asked for that, and
right.
It came through, and I was like,
and
"This
then,
is amazing."
So it was like we only had 3 boards, so we did half of it. We did the first 3 boards or 4 boards one night, and then we went to Home Depot, and then we got the wood, and then we did them the next day. So Frank already knew what he did, so we knew what we had to do. So it was like the second day, I felt like it went just as quickly as the first day because you already knew what had to be done.
And all the energy was expended.
Yeah, and we even recovered from their mistake. Like we figured out how to fix it.
I was up all night and then I'm going to bed and then woke up bitch early and was bugging out.
Yeah, we were at Home Depot at 11:30. Yeah.
I had to, I'm saying when it was over.
Oh.
It was like all the energy from the full moon. I'm going to tie it to the music and everything as well, because there's like this weird feeling as a creator. All right. When I was young, they would give you little things like color in the lines and color a picture and give you an A if you, or a C if you colored outside the lines. I was always a little messy. So at first I would just, you know, and I was always getting like people like, dude, this kid's obviously no talent for this. I would see that they would look for that in my school. And I never really got around to anything like that. So doing any of this stuff that we do is so foreign to me because it looks really fucking good. And I'm like, this is a new thing. Like, now I'm honed in on it and I realize it is there. You're just letting Stabile and those fucking jerk offs dictate stuff to you, right? As a child.
And like I say, if we do it wrong, we just do it again. Start over, right?
Yeah. Don't be afraid to do what you got to do.
This is not a display piece. It's not going on display anywhere. It's for us to use.
Yeah, but I understand what you're saying. But it's got to look right or it doesn't feel accomplished.
I don't feel that
shit
way.
Feels accomplished.
That's how you feel. I don't feel that way. I feel if you try your hardest and it doesn't look perfect, it's still beautiful and it still works.
Well, I don't have a final image in my head. So anything that comes out of it, remember, we were just going, okay, where should we hang this and where should we do that? So we were randomly
right, but we were making sure everything was even and level.
When it was over, I said, this is perfect.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, it does look perfect.
Now, naturally, somebody else could come in here and make that maybe look their way 100 times better. But guess what? This looks really good.
That's what we had to work with. We did what we did.
But the feelings you get.
Oh, yeah. I smile every time I go in the bathroom now.
And you know, when the plants are like 5 feet tall in the fucking tent, dude, you don't get a better feeling in your fucking heart. When you look at that thing and you go,
I get a wonderful feeling. I have a plant in the bathroom now. I have a plant in the bathroom by the tub, on the tub. But I get nervous that the cats they never really knock it down, but I get nervous. Now I have a shelf for a plant. I'm hoping it gets enough light. If it doesn't, I'll just have to change the type of plant it is. But I'm happy. I hated that shelf.
See, what she just
love
said
what
is
I
the
have.
key ingredient to this whole
Yeah,
fucking
it's
thing,
just
everybody.
a happy feeling. You know, I can have.
I'm happy. Me too.
And that's all it is. It's a couple of shelves in the bathroom.
Happy. You just heard a guy go, no, it's perfect.
But
and she's like, I'm happy.
I love
this
it.
is what you're aiming for in life. Not to do so much for Paula to make her happy, to work together towards a common goal, to make something awesome for the family, for you. Like in my heart, I'm like, I want to make it look nice for you. But as a man, I'm going, yeah, let's fucking do this. I want to make this look good. Right? Like the guy in me is going, yeah, you know, and the girl in me is going, let's make it look very nice. I never had any of that. And now we have that.
I love it.
But it's getting more intense as we go.
It is.
You don't think it is?
It is. I'm looking at everything that you did. We painted this wall. You hung all of those shelves yourself.
No, I know, but the feeling,
it's a wonderful feeling.
Right.
So I feel like we're preparing for when we move. Like we're doing these small projects and we're having all these mistakes happen and we're having all these wins and losses. And it's almost like a dress rehearsal for when it really happens. Like we had a boiler situation today and we had to deal with the landlord and the plumbing, the boiler company and the tenant. And, we managed it. And I'm like, Frank, this is just a dry run for when the shit hits the fan, when we have to call. This is it. This is
literally what I was going to drag out of her through questions just now.
I'm sorry.
And don't apologize for doing exactly what
okay.
I was going to hope you would do, because I'm trying to, the setup was going to be, hey, watch what she's doing.
So sometimes
it's a setup.
When you fail at something,
the dress rehearsal for the big play.
Like you're getting prepared
for the next
because
round.
You're going to have to do it again. Next time you're going to be much better at it.
You want the responsibility of doing something? Let's see how you handle this. Now you're handling all your responsibilities. So it's no more Frank's going out, handle your responsibility. No, now you got them handled. Now you're like deep in.
and
it's getting better.
I referred to Frank and I as my family to his mom. We were having a conversation. We were in the car. And we were coming back from Costco and, I didn't buy, they had packages of steaks. I'm not going to get into it, but I didn't buy them because I felt that they were too expensive and it wasn't the money. Well, it was the money. I didn't want to spend the money, but I didn't want to spend the money because it's a fake shortage and I didn't want to be a part of it. So I settled on something else instead. I got London broils instead and they were fine. I just packed them up and put them in the freezer. And I'm good with that. I don't feel like I'm missing it, out on anything. And, we're talking and she's like, I could give you the money or I could buy them. And I said, Diane, it's not for you to buy. I have to budget for my family. Like we have to stay on some kind of a budget, I'm not saying these things so that you buy me steaks. Like that's not it. Like you want to have an honest conversation. Is this fake? Is this fake shortage? Is this inflation? Why is everything a couple of dollars more? Is it? I just need to know why. I like to get a handle on things. You give me a good reason on why, I'll never ask again. So now we're having this conversation. She's like, if you need money or if and it's like, no, you're not listening. I'm going to eat steak. It's not going to be that steak, and I might be a little more choosy about when I eat it until, are these prices ever going to come down? We don't know. This might be something that we have to get used to. And either way, it's a conversation.
Remember, you got to pull in the timeline you want. So we see that hit, we still can't be in fear. So what we did was topped off the abundance closet.
Right.
Yeah, we trimmed the fat from the grocery store and got fucking all the essentials, top them off. Okay, we're good. Yeah, we're good to like January, February or some
no,
shit.
I think we're good. We're good into
We'll wait till
mid-December.
the rest of the packages come.
Oh,
Then we'll
I
have
know.
everything. At least for a couple of months for that stuff.
Definitely, yeah.
And then that's it. We topped off because the bill's the same as if we had all the other goods and stuff.
You're just buying it now instead of later. Like,
right. And then now we're not playing the game. So we step back.
But that's what I feel like. I don't want to like, look, there are some things like you can't, there are some things you need, you can't, but meat is meat, like I can do, it's not like I'm going to die if I don't, if I really want it, I'll, but I'm okay. Like Thanksgiving's coming, Christmas. Like I can't worry about spending this money. Like she's making me like I can't worry about spending this money.
Stop
like the
thinking about it
holidays are
because
coming.
you could tell that it's freaking you out.
And I don't mean to get freaked out, but like this is, like it is a family, and it was the first time I think I had admitted it openly, and I don't know if it was for me to hear or I meant it, and I was trying to back it up with an excuse, like, we need to stay on some sort of a budget. Like Diane, I go in with a plan. Like we do this, we have a plan A, B, and C. Like there's no, there's no wild card. There's not a lot of wild cards.
When you say out loud things like, well, we're a family, so this is why we do it. And then there's that odd moment where, oh, that's right. Right? Like it's not.
But isn't that what you want to hear?
Frank's not dating.
Yeah, we're not
dating Paula and coming over and like hanging out and then leaving her.
Yeah, he's shitty. Like this is his, like
You do see what's going on around here. Literally,
like,
there's a giant Punisher skull on the wall with the Heist Click shit with the Sons of the Sun poster over the refrigerator. Like, come on, what are you doing?
If anyone would ever doubt
the giant sentinel with all the fucking action
lives here, they'd have to be crazy. They'd be like, oh yeah, I see Paula everywhere. Like, why do you think I have so much green stuff? It's like I do live here, like that, cats and dishes, like that's me, but and that, like, I'm joking, that, but that's what we are, and that's what we all are, like all of you guys, that's who we are. We're a family, like this is it. This is all it.
All right. We're going to answer a question right now. Here's our first question that I saw.
Can you put it up? I can't see.
I'm going to put it up for you.
Oh,
I purposely have it blocked so you can't see it. Okay. That's why you can't see it.
Thank you. You're so funny. I know.
Frank, what do you mean when you say paying forward? Paul, what does it mean? Because I knew what. So
no, you explain it.
Okay, so paying it forward to me, doing a good doodly deed, right? I throw out all the garbage here. Right?
Yes, go ahead.
I'm not required to. I was helping for a while, and I stopped because I was asked. There was that ending to it, and then I said, "Well, no, there's a woman. Hold on. There's another woman." And the dudes aren't very helpful. And then 2 more women.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, I'm going to do this, even if I'm going to be a little bit of a snap ahead sometimes because it gets out of control. But I'm going to do it.
Shut that light off because I think it's coming back on your face.
No, it's coming on your face.
Mm-hmm.
No, it didn't help. I'm just teasing. So, holding the door open for someone, paying. I saw a guy do this. He was talking to this girl online and her friends, and he knew the guy at the counter, and he said, "I'm going to take care of them," but they didn't know. Then
that was really nice.
He left some cash because he paid for his stuff and bounced. Someone has like they're minus a little. They're right in front of you, right at the mart, and they're down $1 change, and they're like flipping through fucking change. You go, yo, I'll get the balance. That's paying it forward. There's a lot more to this. These are just little examples.
acts of kindness, you don't have to use money. They're acts of kindness.
People that do
You know,
things.
Frank has to throw the garbage out for 3 apartments, and no one cares if all the garbage doesn't go
If
out.
I don't do it,
no one does.
no one does
They
it. But
each worry about their own, and sometimes they don't even
care.
put it in a bag. You know, they don't care.
Yeah, it's just,
and you know,
could
this
get
is
very wild west if you,
you
don't
know,
keep an eye on it.
you,
But
you treat where you live like your home,
I can go argue with landlords,
Right.
or confront and leave
or you
notes
can just
and do
be
shitty
kind and
things,
do it.
or I can just do it and go, you know what? I'm the man here. Like, there's a lot of things that are a lot deeper, maybe, that people aren't seeing with other people. So I'm just going to do it, because if this was my house, I would just do it. Paying it forward. Let's say Mother Ayahuasca just said, you're at the beach and you had your sandwich, and then you took your trash with you, and then you see, oh, a McDonald's bag, and it, you know, people just leave that shit there, and you just pick it up
and put it in
and you take it with your shit, and because you're
It's-
going right there to throw it
right.
out, that generates something in someone's head to pick up something next time. And if it works, 1 in 100 people, this was back, I remember, like, just people were nasty at one point. Remember, people used to leave their trash everywhere, and then they were like, yo, we gotta clean this fucking place up. New York was disgusting. And now, I mean, our block is pretty fucked up right here because the train is right there. It's like a hidden spot, so people just throw their trash down.
Yeah, kind of.
But
Frank goes out there
you
every
pay
day
it
with the gloves,
forward.
and he goes out and picks up the trash because that's the right thing to do. You're paying it forward. You know, if you want something new, you have to
Be
cherish
grateful.
and be grateful for what you already have, or you're going to get the same feelings with that new thing, toy, house, job, person, thing, because you have to feel gratitude for what you already have.
All right, I'll give you another example. You're so right, by the way. So a great example would be, because this is when we were looking up solar power.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So people that were getting Tesla roofs in 3 months were getting like a $14 bill. Oh, excuse me. By the end of the year, we're getting kickbacks from the power company, right? So they would use some of these people were using chunks of money and saying, okay, I need I'm going to pay off 5 people's bills. I have $500 each. You know what I'm saying? And then
whatever it is,
the energy is a credit to the people that are getting free everything. So they just knocked off, like, 4 or 5 people. They're like, give me a couple single moms. They know they know exactly who the single mothers are. Give me them. Boom, boom, boom. Pay their bill. And then do it again at another time, maybe, or maybe do something else, paying it forward. You have 2 apples and you just ate an apple, and you're going to eat that other apple. And then you see a guy sitting there with no apple, and he definitely could use an apple. And you throw him an apple and say, have a great day, man. Paying it forward. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to hit off everybody with a dollar bill or whatever.
It's a kindness.
It's an act of kindness that moves. So
it's an act of kindness.
What did I think it was Lord of the Rings, where they had like this little thing with Gandalf about what holds back the darkness, right? Because the darkness comes through like this beast machine thing, and they're like, what holds that back? Is it the light, the power of the light, or is it a lot of little light beings doing an act of kindness that holds back the entire darkness? So then it takes the weight off needing Superman, because everyone just does something nice, and then it pays it forward.
I think that's what it definitely is. I think Monsters Inc. that movie, they describe it all. It's the acts of kindness. We're in a fear spiral, people. You got to stop watching the news, and you got to stop watching TV, and you got to stop watching scary movies. Frank and I were looking at all the movie sites, and it's like 5 scary movies to 1 comedy, and it's
right now, I know it's Halloween. Every movie is a horror movie.
And now next month it'll be holiday movies and scary movies, and in December it'll be Die Hard and scary movies and holiday movies, and you got to stop watching scary movies. I mean, I don't think I've seen a scary movie in probably 3 or 4 years. And then I watched one with you. And then it was like another year. I think the other one
we watched the Chris Pratt movie together. You probably won't say that's a horror movie. That was a sci-fi horror movie.
That was a sci-fi
movie.
They were eating
people.
No. That was a sci-fi movie. That wasn't a
Oh, I know what you
mean.
Like
an Annabelle.
The house on the left.
Yeah. Like anything like that. I don't watch anything like that. Like the Saw series. I didn't see any of them. Like I won't see them.
I saw the first 2 and I was like, no.
I can't be in
I used to
head.
love horror movies, but they were never.
There are things I see on the street that I don't talk about because I don't want to perpetuate them for 17 seconds because I don't want to make it real. So there's shit that I just don't. It's not in my like for me. It's not a part of my reality. I don't I don't deal with it. And I think
I hate to say it, the movies call it in. So you watch Nightmare on Elm Street, you're bringing something in
without
right
question.
Through
and
your thoughts.
It's funny because Ellen doesn't watch TV. She watches very little TV, and I commend her for that. And movies, I mean, I think she's watched maybe 20 movies in her lifetime.
She's got a couple of good ones though lately. She got good quotes. I saw that.
Yeah, I know, but it's like very rare. And like I commend that because like I am just a walking
with the
file
scrying box,
useless information.
When the horror movie goes on, and we see this more now than ever. I think there was a time when horror movies were just horror movies. There was a time where it was fun, but they changed it. They're like doing the rituals in the shows now in the movies, and I'm I don't want to feel I gotta fucking put my hex protection up to stop this shit from just blasting through the TV set.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Because just having it on the set with the mute on still brings it through.
I agree.
It's kind of like when there's already in the music that hidden message.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Mm-hmm. It's the exact same thing.
It is.
The music's playing.
I'm very careful all of a sudden, about what I listen.
You're like, what? What's happening to me? It's not even a what anymore. The minute you fucking hear it, you see what or feel what it's doing to you. Trapped in a net, remember?
I was trapped in a net and I was yelling, turn the music off. And you were like, no. And I was like, turn the music off. And you didn't want to turn it off. And I was like, you have to turn it off. I'm trapped in a net. And then you turned the music off and then I got away. It was horrible. That was horrible.
Interesting stuff that's out there in this world.
And all the other worlds.
My mother's ready to throw left hooks at me if I say
and all the other worlds.
Anything that comes out of the TV set. Anything.
Oh, the nightly news. Yeah,
no, not the nightly news. Anything.
No, we're not. Yeah. Well, it is what it is.
No, I'm saying so. That's how it works. I'm not talking about Diane. I'm talking.
No. Anyone who watches like regular
you're
TV,
bringing it. It's just there.
Yeah, they'll defend it like
to the end because the programming.
Like CNN, people still don't believe like the shit about CNN. Like, they don't believe it's a reality. And it's like, okay.
So we win this whole thing with little acts of kindness. Michael, you just triggered something in me, man. So little acts,
he got it.
Little acts of kindness.
I don't think he. Oh, okay.
Can I finish? I finish?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
I love you.
I love you too.
Okay, thank you. I was only.
I know.
Little acts of kindness per person isn't hard work, right?
Mm-mm.
That's kind of easy,
Mhm.
right? Oh, let me help you with that. Oh, how's your day? You look great. Or here, whatever. You guys fucking know, situation by situation, moment by moment. That one thing is your piece of the puzzle lit up, slamming into the giant force field of that which is what would hold back the darkness. That's your part. You don't have to do more than your part.
Yeah,
Is
but
what I'm saying.
but okay, that's how it impacts you.
No, I'm just trying to give examples.
But
It's not how it impacts me.
But what it does for the other person is it changes the other person's perspective, and they light up.
Maybe.
So it's a double whammy.
All right, so check it out. When they pay forward in the drive-through, like Della was saying, you making somebody smile back there, and they might have just been fucking dog shit angry. Right. This fucking food, man. I need it right. What? What?
Right.
And then even if okay. So they could have been hyper depressed, and then you just saved the fucking day.
Made their day.
Little acts of fucking kindness. Hey, you need a water? I watched you do it today. To the guy that was here.
The FedEx guy.
No, and the couple.
Oh yeah, the heating
guy. Little acts of kindness. It's like echoing in my head right now. Like it put a stop to everything else that was in my mind. And it's like, okay, so if all of you did that, and it's not big things, it's all these little things.
They are little things.
They're giving me way too many examples now. Like I see all these examples and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is what people are doing out there already. But that is what creates us a platform for all of us to just pull away from the dark completely, because we're at that last part of the cycle where we're just. But if you wanted a think of the darkness as going up, they're going up for a dunk, and you just jump up like Shaq and you're like, nope. The giant hand is all of us doing something nice.
Right.
And as they go up, we just nope. And it was nothing. All I did was tell you I love you and give you a kiss before bed, because we shouldn't not kiss each other before bed.
Right. And that makes a difference, because when I wander myself into bed by myself and no one checks on me to see if I'm breathing, I'm like, And then when he comes and kisses and snuggles me, it's like the best in the world. And then I can go off back to sleep. And then it's wonderful when
little acts of kindness.
Yeah, and little acts of kindness at 4 a.m. when Bear wakes me up and goes, hurry up and wake up so Papa doesn't hear me. Hurry up. Hurry up. You want to get up anyway. You want to get up. I
appreciated that question. I appreciated that because it kicked off something more in my mind.
I could tell it did.
It's a new way to teach. All right, here, I'll throw it out there. It's a new way to teach. So you ask me how to do something. How do I do the fucking shadow work? Like, I got to explain some random shit to you about you. I got to get to know your personality and stuff. But to say, how do we do this, man? I get that all the time. Like, we're in trouble, bro. Reptilians. I'm like, they're all gone and nobody believes me. But they're like, still, everybody's going through their process. I could just say, well, a little act of random kindness starts the journey right there.
Right.
You know, not just being awake and aware, because some people will claim I'm awake, I'm aware. And I'm like, well, while you're screaming it, you're not hearing what you're supposed to hear. Well, I never hear anything anyway. It's like,
you're not listening. Just listen. Just listen. It's hard. I can't hear the garden fairies. And I'm like, please, what do I have to do? Please just tell me what I have to do. You know, my dragon, she wants to kill me, murder me, but she can't because she needs my body. So, because I can't hear her. And
Paula's lash out is actually her dragon.
It is.
The energy when it lashes, it's
totally.
that.
And you know, I am trying. You know, I'm also trying to navigate a 3D life that has changed drastically in the last couple of weeks, and I think I'm doing okay. I think I'm passing this time. I don't think I'm failing. I think I'm passing. So
I'm falling upward.
I feel I don't feel,
I'm floating.
Usually I'm falling upward. Like when I had those barren plants, I was falling. I was just plateauing.
Barren plants.
Yeah.
I want you. Sorry.
Whatever. So I have great ideas, and I'm a wonderful foreman, and I am worth every penny. There is no slacking on my site. But yeah, I have to. There are certain things I can hear, and then certain things I can't hear, and the things I want, I don't get to pick and choose. Like the things I want to hear the most, it's like crickets, and then I have to translate through Frank or my higher self, and then it becomes a thing. And are you gonna do it? Oh my god!
I'm gonna drink my own pee live on air. No, because I know I'm smacking my lips.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to read the comments because I can't see anything.
Because I have a big fucking head.
Della has a question.
Ask it.
And hello, everyone's saying hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Della has a question.
What's the question?
It's what did the mushroom show you anything of importance that you feel we should know?
Yes.
He said yes.
That not everything all the people channeling are saying is correct.
Oh, not everything that everyone is channeling, the message may not be correct. Not everything is correct in the message. The being that is wanting or requesting the channeling has its own agenda. And
now we talked about this a while ago,
they're
but
pushing
it's
their agenda
even
through.
more
Prevalent now because even April Elizabeth is talking about it.
So, well, check it. April was saying one thing.
Elizabeth
and
April.
then,
I always get her name wrong. Elizabeth April. She's talking about it.
She said a few things and then kind of went off to the left one way. And then Elaine, I can't remember these girls' names. They're all wonderful ladies.
I don't remember the names either.
There's an older lady, and then she talks with a younger lady. And they're making it as if only their contact with certain characters is correct and you're wrong. And this is the problem with all the channeling and stuff. This is the major problem. That one's going, there's no such thing as the Galactic Federation of Light and Ashtar. It's the Galactic Federation of Worlds. It's these nuances, and then they talk about them, and then I'm watching both of them do separate things talking about it. And I told you, well, I go, that doesn't sound anything like Ashtar and them. Like, I met them, they're the nicest people ever. And then the other one goes, oh, there's a collective that's sitting in space by Jupiter. The Ashtar command is a collective of people. I'm like, they were all wearing the same fucking spacesuits as you, and you. What are you talking about? Like, I'm standing there with all of you. Like, don't. Right. My point is, stop following everyone. You got to stop listening to everyone. I think the way to do it now is to check on your insight. And me and Della talk about this all the time, but maybe it's a time to talk about it with everyone, with everything. Because if I blindfolded you and said and put earplugs in and said, you're not allowed to fucking listen to this shit no more, but you still have the questions. And I go, okay, rub 3 times around, get your heart energy going, rub 3 times, get your gut, your spider sense going. Okay, over your third eye, rub 3 times, get it going, get all the energy going. Okay, now what are you seeing? What is it saying to you? What is your connection to source? What is the message you're getting? You have to do this because they're going to give you have someone bringing you all the way to the right. You have someone bringing you all the way to the left. They both fucking swear by it. And I'm standing in the middle going, these chicks are bugging. They're all bugging out. Bring it down a notch. It's okay. Everyone's connecting. Everyone's up here. It's obvious. And then, yes, they're being intercepted by all these other things. However, when someone's like, oh, well, I had a connection to something, and they're like, no, it's impossible that you couldn't have because it only comes through me. Ha! You got to walk away from these things. These people are selling shit to you. And I'm watching it going, oh, my goodness. I'm standing there, asking the characters that are there, like, yo, let me get one of those jackets. And they're like, dude, you got your own fucking locker with your own shit. And I'm like, I want my stuff. And then they're arguing over who's doing what and the nuance of the name. And then you can't and they can. It's a weird time. Abraham was catching shit the other day. What's her name?
Esther Hicks.
Esther Hicks put up a post. And then everyone was shitting on
about
her.
her next travel.
Yeah, she's doing another date. And then it was all, is this another vaccine mandate? Or we can't come and see you? Or, it was just one. They kind of bashed her a little bit more than I expected. And I was like, wow, that's pretty fucking crazy. And then I think I even wrote something under the post, but I didn't write anything nasty because I aimed it at Abraham because we dealt with Abraham here directly in the house. So I don't need her, him, this one. And I'm learning as I'm talking to them, right. Mother Earth, Aya, comes out into the channeling session, stands there and goes, and I'm like, well, all the channelers are either lying or have agendas. And that's what Aya was telling me. And they're like, no. They're trying to explain themselves. And she walked out. And I was like, see, right, Mom? And then she was like, you. They were everywhere. And I'm like, look at how many fucking things are out here.
There were a lot of entities in the apartment that night.
I was like, oh, they're just fucking everywhere. Mm-hmm. And she's like, every one of them has an agenda. If it doesn't align to me, it's bullshit.
Right.
It's not happening. And I was like, she was like, they are my ambassadors.
Right.
Because I kept going, no, you can't this and that. I was challenging them on topics. Vaccines specifically.
Matt McDonald has it right. He look, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. He wakes up and sees beauty every day. All I want is a raised bed. Like, I just want to get my hands in the dirt. That's it.
Well, I
want to do the things that I do here. I want to do them on a bigger scale. I want to be away from the confusion and the congestion and the concentration of anger. I want to be away from it.
They're bashing her because she went and she was working with cruise lines who were demanding vaccines for people. It wasn't even a mandate. They were like, you can't be here if you're not vaxxed, fucking period. And it was always against. Nope. Well, if you make your choice, it's your choice to do it, but then you don't get to see the show. So people were getting, so they were doing vaccines to get on the ships and shit. I'm not, you guys see, like, there's musicians, like, I'm not going to play a show if they demand that you're vaccinated to be at my show. I'm just not going to do it. It doesn't fucking matter. Those are real people.
We know them.
They're worried about us.
He canceled a whole set of dates because of that. And you know what? I commend that as well.
It's fucking hard to do that shit. But, I don't even want to talk about it because we've discussed over the years on this show what changing your DNA means. In the long run, if it just changes your DNA. So under human rights acts, you're not considered a fucking human anymore on the other end of this. So it does all the terrible things in between, yes. And then on the other end of this, if it's successful, you're not a human anymore. We can take you and put you here. That's why they want everyone like that, right? You will have nothing and you'll like it. May the odds forever be in your fucking favor. I mean, we go on and on with this bullshit. Right? It's terrifying. So your favorites are like, nah, I'm going to play all the vaccinated places, but I've been talking about never doing it myself. So you can see very clearly the show, the script. You never know who has what. Not everyone's eating a baby and raping kids and stuff. Not everyone's like that. There's other things. It could be money. It could be like knowing something you did and then just having that on you personally, like person to person. right? Like that, you don't want that getting out.
Being a robot. Being the 20% of humanoid people walking around that we don't know what they are. That's
crazy,
a scary
right?
thought.
That's a crazy.
You know,
a
I
crazy
mean, we
one.
all went to school with these kids. You know, that kid in elementary school that looked like a soulless, vacant, scary non-human. You know, if you feel it, it's probably true. You know,
Yeah, we're all mixed in here together.
you
It's a
know,
crazy giant experiment. See
Yeah.
what can happen. But within that, just like Tron, Jeff Bridges and Tron, whoever didn't see Tron should go watch it. Jeff Bridges goes in there, and in Tron 2, he's like left in there in 1 and 2. They show up to find where the fuck has he been, and he's like Neo in there, and they can't fight him. And there's an AI running around trying to get him, but he's like, you can't get me, man. I'm the creator, right? That's where we're headed, to be the creator. And then you shine your light, and then you'll see the weirdo kid. You'll see it. You'll see what it is. You'll see the reptilian running.
I want it off my radar. I don't want to be near it.
Well, isn't it better to know what's what so you know what you're dealing with?
Oh, of course. If I have the glasses on, yeah, I want to know who's who. But you know, I just want to be away from all of this. You know, like I'm done now. I'm ready.
I know. You said it. We were driving to Mars Park. Yes, 2 days ago. And then you're like, I fucking hate this place. Wait, I took Paula to where they bricked off the thing in the street. And then I was like, I turned the corner all slow. I'm like, hey, take a look at this.
They bricked
and she's like,
off
whoa, what the fuck?
the entire sidewalk. Now, I know that they closed the street down in front of Radio City Music Hall once a year, because if they don't close it down for like 12 hours, the street becomes public domain and anyone can take it or something like that. They made an outdoor cafe that goes to the street. It goes to the end of the sidewalk, but it's brick. It's not plywood. It's actual brick. And I don't know how they did it and how no one is making them take it down yet. Like, it's been up for a while. You have to go to you have to walk completely around it. So if there's cars parked in the street, you have to go from the sidewalk all the way into the middle of the street, down the street, around this.
You know what it says on the door?
Enclosure.
Private
and then
club.
Back on the, and it's a private.
It says
club.
It's a private gentleman's club. Private gentleman's club, and enter only. So when if you come out of the pizzeria and you make a turn to walk up the block next to your house, you got to go into the street and go around them. You can't go through because the sign's right where the door piece is, and it says gentleman's club.
They were allowed to do
members
that.
only.
I don't know how they were allowed.
Oh, I know how they were made to do that. Somebody's like the
kingpin
of crime.
That. Yeah, well, they
Baron Plants. Is this a friend of yours?
They paid
Introduce us.
Wilson, don't call me that. Wilson Fisk. It was him.
Introduce me to this Fisk.
Was that Cobra Commander?
Yeah. So dudes got money and they're hitting off the right people and then just doing their thing.
It's like the Wild West. I just want to be away from here.
I know. So there's wait. There's a bike lane. They made 2 lanes, 1 lane. Right? It's a bike lane and a bus lane, basically.
And 2 lanes, and then 1 is a turn lane.
Yeah,
so
and the other one's a turn lane.
Like if you if you miss the light, you're there. Like you gotta be on it. Like
everything's like flash, go, left, go, and up, down, right, left, right. I feel like I'm playing Contra.
The Wild West, and people are allowed to double park anywhere they want. No one.
Dudes will be out far enough into the 1 lane, and then you'll go around them, and they'll be like, "Yo, what the fuck?" I'll be like, "You have a truck in the middle of the fucking street. I got to go over the yellow line."
Yesterday, you double parked. We had to get the mail from your mom's house. We double parked so you could ride into the store. So Frank double parked up against the parked car. This lady pulls in front of Frank. She
just leaves the
in
car
the middle of the street, and she gets out. She's an older lady, and she runs down the block And now Frank's car can fit, but he's got a compact, it's small. There is a FedEx truck behind us, and they're out of the truck and they're like waiting for her. And I'm like, she's nowhere in sight. Like she just, like
And then-
she didn't even bother to pull over. She's just like in the middle of the street. And I'm like, this older lady is
You're
so
just gonna leave the
gangsta.
car
Like
like
she
that,
just left
sticking
it
out like
that.
And that's how you get hit when the end is out a little. That little bit is the fucking misjudgment on somebody else's blind spot, and you'll come swinging around and bink,
But
and you'll
where
tap
are
it.
you going that you got to park the car
But there's
like
only
that?
3 inches on both sides, so,
Yeah, so
have fun
Frank
getting
fit, but
through.
their FedEx truck was not getting through, and it was like
This is how scary the Bronx is.
they're
Some
gonna
days
kill her. By the time she gets back, they're gonna kill her.
we were coming down the block, and it was like a stop, go, red light, right? So then the light changes, and then we're like, come on, right? Person cross. All right, the lights started to change. Go, you fuck.
We have these
Scooters
scooters
now.
everywhere. They just do U-turn.
Don't be on the sidewalk.
Don't stop at stop
They have
signs.
no helmets
Don't
and I'm not
stop at red
complaining.
lights. Don't stop
But
at
they
all.
just fucking go, right? So
Oh
then
my
there's a
God,
bike lane, and then you're here,
and a scooter
and you
just
go,
darting out from
and
anywhere.
now you have scooter this way, scooter this way, scooter
and
this
it's
way,
a scooter
scooter
with
this
a guy
way.
with 2 bags of groceries.
And then the
It's not
fucking-
just
The FedEx guy gets out of the truck and steps right into the street. I go,
Oh
is it,
God.
why do
It
they
is
park
the
on the wrong side of the
wildest-
fucking street and get out on the other side of the car, right into the fucking street? The guy just stops and looks at me and goes with his packages. I'm like, he backs in, and then I keep going. I'm like, man, this is
What
fucking
is
crazy. And I'm
happening?
high as fuck. I'm just like, and then pull over. Whew, okay, we're at the spot. When we left the spot, which was 10 seconds later, by the time we got to the corner, she was like, I fucking
I
hate
hate
this
it
place."
here. I hate it here. I hate it here. I came back for you. We've been here for a long time, and I'm ready to go now. Please, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh
To
my
answer one of the
God.
questions, because I know I went all the way up to just check not to miss one. I have no experience with ketamine. I'm not into it personally. I hear it's better than antidepressants. So if you're an antidepressant person and you're heavily into depression, maybe it's something you want to try if you don't want to do mushrooms or whatever, because it's legal now in some places, and mushrooms are legal now in some places. And if whatever is whatever, just be responsible. This was one of the questions. I don't want to let that one go. Do you have any experience with it?
Ketamine?
Yeah.
I just learned to smoke a blunt when I met you.
Oh, okay.
Are you
So
kidding
that's
me?
definitely not for you then. But I hear it works. I just want to check. If you have any questions, throw them up, or we'll just do the best we can with what we got. Dun, 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 dun. I love you guys, by the way. Thanks so much for spending time with us. 11:11. Willow, it's funny. Oh shit, it's 11:12. So this just happened. So I said before 10:10. Right, I picked up my phone. It looked weird for a second. I don't know why, and I picked it up. And 10:10, and you were ranting, and I said, "Oh, dead."
I remember.
Yeah. That was the open portal into the truth. Yeah, that's how it works, Frank. I always tell you, just fucking trust me. That's what you should do, bro. As I'm smoking a blunt and blowing it in your fucking face. You want to meet my cat? He smokes blunts too. He'll blow it in your fucking face. What do you want to
He
do?
does not smoke blunts. The PETA is going to come knocking on the door and take my cat away. Please.
I have these pictures, and the other night, Oscar and I were hanging out, and Oscar, I guess he wasn't feeling good, right? So he jumped up onto the table,
been feeling well.
and he showed himself to me. And Oscar's really big. He's the best one to hug, and he's so lovey. He has no teeth, so you just grab right. Anyway, so he comes across, and he kind of looks at me, and I'm like, "Come here, big guy. Come over here and give me a hug." He fucking jumps up onto me. And I'm like, "Oh, how you feeling? How you feeling?" And you can feel that he's sad, right? So I just rolled a joint, and I put it in my mouth, and I take a picture of me and him, and he looked fucking so depressed. I was like, "Yo, this is whack, you poor thing." So because I was looking at the picture, then I went, "You want to smoke some weed, bro?" And then he just looked at me. It was like a fucking movie. He went, and I'm like, "Oh, let's do this, bro." So I just lit it. I'm smoking. He's going, right? So I just start snapping pictures of us from the low angle, and starts looking into the camera, and like third picture in of
Looks
him
happy.
like sniffing in the air. It's like him sniffing. He looks back into the camera. He's fucking smiling, like he's sitting there. He's all chill. He's not trying to dig up behind me. He's like, I'm wearing him as a belt, but it's more like a Sphinx belt, right? And I got it all in picture. I've never seen a cat fucking smile in the camera, because the first picture, it was straight up looking the exact same way into the camera, completely looked miserable. So I was like, yo, you're my new smoking partner, buddy. I thought we just kicked the shit out of demons together, kid.
No, he does.
No, weed works.
I think it
CBDs
takes
work.
his headaches away, because I give him CBD oil, a little bit of it, and
the first thing I did when my jaw was wired, Paula,
yeah,
was smoke a blunt. It's the first thing I did.
I wish I
my
wish I
boys
would've
had them
smoked
rolled,
weed.
and they were like, yo. The first thing I did when I got fucking up from getting knocked dead unconscious on multiple occasions, because you can't do nothing else, I'd get up and go for a walk. Like, come on, buddy, let's go for a walk. Let's go smoke a blunt. Right? It always makes everything.
Well, you know, when you roll one, it makes everything better here. He's like, oh,
It
okay,
does.
I know what she needs.
Okay, wait a second. There's some more questions in here. Black-eyed baby. I'm going to try to do this with Paula right now. Have you seen the black-eyed babies from the vax? Supposedly, no, not. I've not seen black-eyed babies after getting vaxxed for real in life. However, there are black-eyed babies and children in just about most horror movies that have witches and evil shit going on. Just going to say, so it's part of the plan. Besides, usually the black eyes is the demonic look. That's how you usually know it's them. They're running the show when the eyes go completely black. So just something to think about. Bang. Frank, what did my mother ayahuasca tell you when you were recently under? I was not recently under ayahuasca. I was recently, for 17 days, I ate mushrooms. I microdosed, and some nights were so incredibly strong. But ayahuasca is, they grow on her. The mycelium is within the layers of her, so it's all one anyway. So the messages are all coming through the same. The messages aren't really public messages at this point, like things you guys should know from the awareness. It becomes an internal thing. I started rubbing my heart 3 times, my chest, and then my heart activates, that heart chakra. I said to myself, I need my heart. See, this is all personal stuff, but it's for everyone, but it's personal. He's my belly, my gut, my spider sense. I'm supposed to learn how to fly. It's going to come from you, not from here. Right? So I need you to work three times. Oh, where's the energy? There you go. Kick in. I need you all to work together independently upon whichever one of you is supposed to lead has to lead at that moment.
Right.
I need you to step up into the game and let's work together, please. So we can do all this stuff, including start remembering who we are. So that's the important stuff, right? We closed the portals. We did the meditation for that. You have to lift you up, but stay grounded. You have to be happy. This was what earlier tonight when we were just babbling and getting high. I kept going, look, she's happy. I'm happy. Happy. This is where you got to head with your creations. Happy. Are you happy with the music, Frank? Sons of the Sun. Yes.
Oh, I'm happy.
Is Kev happy? He's in here. Ask him. Yes. Are you grateful? Are you happy? Or do you feel like you can in the time that you cannot? Right? Do you really feel like held at bay? How much more would you be doing other than letting us get into a house sooner? Right now.
No, I'd be doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, because you're happy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I mean. So it's time to find that in you. So I guess that's the message, right? Like you don't get the UFO stuff
if we don't love,
unless you get into frequency.
Being here, if we don't love being here, and if we don't love what we're doing here, and we don't love what we're creating here, and we have no love here, we have no love to bring there. and then we'll find something that we dislike about being there.
Practice for the bigger game.
Right. So this is all practice.
Can you open your heart and
Yes,
can you do
enough.
this?
Yes. If we can do it here, like I was telling your mother,
We could
if
make
Frank
it
and I
here,
can do it
then
here in this
we
one
could
bedroom
make
apartment that's tiny, that when you have a fight, you don't even have a corner to go to. Like you could go in the bedroom and shut the door. But I didn't realize until the first time we had a fight that there's no lock on the bedroom door. And I never realized that until we had a real fight and I was trying to lock the door. And I was like, there's no fucking lock on this door.
That's why I don't chase you into the other room. I just let you run. You
But
ain't
what
going
I'm
nowhere.
saying is, this is what I'm saying. Like we made it through COVID in this tiny apartment. Yeah, you give us 1,000 more square feet, maybe 2,000 square feet, like my old house. Forget about it. I mean, at least you have a corner to go to when you're angry. The cats will have space. They're not fighting for, a 12 by 12 pad or a cat house or a crate or under the bed or, any spot where they can hide, and there aren't many, but be happy with what you have, because what you have, the feeling you take with you, the thing you leave behind. But the feeling is what you take with you. And if you don't like the feeling now, you're not going to like the feeling. You're not going to like the feeling in a little while because you don't already appreciate what you have. That's just the way it works, and
this is an experience-based system, not I get in because I know you and I've heard how to do it. And I'm on point. I would do it. And then did you do it though?
In my old house, Frank would do interviews, radio interviews in the basement in the corner. We had like a little table set up and no one would even know he was in the house. And I shared the house with another whole person and no one even knew Frank was there. I would fall asleep and he would do these interviews in the middle of the night sometimes or like late at night. And then he'd just come upstairs when he was finished and no one even heard that he was here. And it was great, but it's just as great here. Like he was on with Kev the other night. They went live and I set up camp in the bedroom and I was having so much fun listening to them that I even stayed up later than I normally stay up.
Yeah, we went
just
for a
because
while.
I was listening to them and then I finally passed out. I couldn't take it anymore. So if you can make it with what you got, with what you have, you can make it. When I decided that I had to stop working, it was just my income. Like I had to really sit myself down and say, look, you have to be satisfied with 50% less than what you have now.
So,
because you can't afford to do anything else. So, your life is drastically going to change. And it's actually more than 50% less. But, your life is drastically going to change. Are you ready for that type of change? And, the answer was yes. And it will always be yes. And it has been yes. And, it was the best thing I ever did. And it is a drastic change. But I don't regret any of it. Like, I love it. I embrace it. I heard myself talk about us as a family for the first time. Like I always refer to it as a family, but I actually said the words and I actually heard what I said. And
that'll shock the shit out of you and make you go, oh shit, I'm in.
Right.
This is really happening.
Yeah. Like now
that was too natural. I didn't even recognize.
Now it's a gang. Like one of us has to die to get out. Like that's just the way it is. Now it's a gang. Like that's just, and we know it. It's like, unless you want to take half the cats, like that's how it has to go.
Where the fuck you think you're going?
Yeah, exactly. So this is what I'm saying. Like we accept it. Like we accept it.
So
we accept it.
Ayahuasca, I guess that would be for her, and the mushrooms, they're literally saying, here's our message, is tell them, we are you, eat us. Literally. Shit. That's a simple message, man. You can't follow that. You fucking suck. Ellen.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much. We love you so much.
Thank
Sending
you.
you most positive vibes. I appreciate you so much, my brother. Let's see. Questions. What's the flavor tonight? Watermelon haze and ice cream cake mix. I think last week it was that too, but I got more. It's delicious.
Yeah.
It's just fucking delicious. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. So Paul and I were saying this the other night. Yeah, I think it was yesterday. Well, one of the things about me that I grew to like is that when change occurs, half the crowd gets quiet because routine's about to break. So
I
they
was one of
got
those
used
people.
to-
I hated it.
hated change.
Oh my God. I hated it.
I'm learning in that moment where you're like, you find out the change is here upon you and the thoughts leading up to it. There's no fear. I used to get the weirdness. I don't know where it went, but I think it has to do with, man, if I fucking fought giant white reptilians at this level and giant Anunnaki guys and all kinds of shit, this and paperwork is not going to affect me. So I'm going to embrace it. Come over here and give me a hug, change point. And then I was telling you that choice spot where it's like right or left right now. I'm like, oh, what are we taking? Right. Like I've turned into that instead of fuck. Like I'm turning to that. Like oh, we get to choose. This is going to happen, right?
That's how I
Because
feel.
I'm in.
It's like,
I'm fucking in.
just bring it.
Or
bring it. You should have heard me today.
we don't do that here.
You should
No.
have heard me today. I felt like I was working again. And Frank was like, oh my God, you're handling everything. Oh my God, I'm just going to stand over here. Oh my God.
I had to get out of your way because I couldn't move. I couldn't keep up with you. When I first wake up, I can't keep up with anyone. Fucking 3-year-old without race.
Yeah,
me.
that's okay. But shit has to get
2
done,
hours later, though,
and then
I'll fucking beat that kid in every fucking,
and
in
then
every sport.
And then I fall asleep and Frank handles all the weirdness that happens in the middle of the night. It's just fucking weird here. Whatever. You know. Shit just happens here.
So doing your collective paying it forward by being what is it? Act of kindness, kindness, random act of kindness. That's what I was trying to say. And then doing the things that make you happy, stuff that makes you and your partner or yourself.
Every time I walk in the bathroom, I smile. Because it looks beautiful. It just looks beautiful. And that rack is gone.
Appreciate it. If I don't know, maybe it's me. I didn't have this prior to this. Like I had a proud thing, like a pride thing, not like a proud thing, right? Like it's more of a pride in the past things. And now it's like, I'm proud of myself.
Because you're doing shit every day you're doing something every day to be proud of.
I'm like, this is great.
It's a great feeling. Yeah.
Roxy's getting fucking healthier. Yeah. What the fuck?
Whole Stamets, thank you.
Look. Wait, Bofetti just walked in. Mama is on. All right, wait, let me take this down. Hold on.
This is Mama.
All right, hold on. There's a lot of posts. So in the back over there, just laying there. It's not a dirty couch. It's a fucking mama cat.
That's the mama cat. We've been feeding her for
years, man.
I think I'm going to be here 6 years, and we've been feeding her for 5 years because it was 1 year after we came because 2 other cats were here first and
then they disappeared.
They disappeared. And she is the mother of all of the cats that are here, with exception
to a couple
of them. And she was elusive, man. She wouldn't let us pet her. She got hit by a car and went to some other guy's
house down the block
driveway. Like he had a
They were kind of
garage.
looking out for her, and then when she got hit, they didn't want to take her in and take care of her.
Right. So we lured her back here. Well, she ended up coming back here, and then I scooped her, and then she lived under our bed for 6 months. We moved a litter
She
box
wouldn't
in
let
there.
you go near her.
I used to put food out, and she had a litter box, and she'd come out to eat, and she'd come out to, I mean, I checked her to see if she was okay. I mean, that's the best I could do. And we ended up getting her to get her neutered. No, to get her spayed. And she came back, she healed. She was with us for about 6 months, and then she wanted to be an outside cat again. So then we put a doghouse out there for her, and and then we put 2 dog houses out there, and then we built a table, and now she has basically a 2-apartment condo out there. And Reggie sometimes, because Reggie's just Reggie, and she's she's got defiant child syndrome, so she has taken over one of the dog houses. So Paula goes to the laundromat every couple of weeks just to wash bedding.
So the point is mom is on the back of the couch.
So mom is on the back of the couch,
and you were petting
so now
like crazy before.
Just recently, the last week or two, couple of weeks, she's been letting me pet her, and now she comes in every day. She comes in the morning, and she has catnip on the rug in the kitchen with the scratching board, and she has her catnip, and then she just
I seen you. She
makes
was
me
crying. She was going, and you're like, "What is it?" And then you're like, "What, are you hungry?" And then you just walked into the kitchen together, and I'm like, "Oh, there's a love session about to go down."
And and then she made me pet her.
And then she threw herself because she walks awkward.
Because she got hit by the car, and we couldn't take her to the vet.
She was doing baby fucking.
Oh yeah, she was making
making biscuits in the air, and she gets all worked up. I'm like, "Holy shit, what the fuck is going on around here?" All the cats are talking now, and
I know, they all talk now. I guess they learned, because I've been sleeping later in the morning, that if they want something, they really have to cry. Who is that? Oh, is that? Oh, that's Sugar Pop. Oh, that's Frankie's other girl. Yeah.
How you doing? You want to say hello to everyone?
Yeah, okay. I'm just looking around to see what's going on. Just making sure no one's around. Frankie gets busted every time.
As soon as she jumps into my lap, I gotta watch out for Reggie.
Reggie
goes down.
Yeah.
She waits till I come into bed at night, and she'll you see her eyes looking at me from the bottom of the room.
She
comes out all slow, like panther like, and then will creep across everything and then stop, like, it's gonna go down, but is it okay? And I get into bed, and then she's in bed with us.
No, she's in bed with Frank. She comes to see me every now and then.
Well, Oscar's in bed too.
Whatever. Shut up.
Oscar's like having a child that just still sleeps with mommy and daddy. You kind of like, guys. Jesse, look, she gets all upset. Oh, he can sleep with me forever. I don't give a shit. I don't tell you what you can do. Right? Gotta tell everybody how you are.
He had a surgery on his mouth. He has no teeth anymore. Why are you picking on my Oscar?
See?
He's got an ulcer in his mouth permanently.
Find the fun within yourself. Here's a something you could throw out there. Make your surroundings, like where you live, make it your vacation spot. Right? Like if they're like limit travel, and you're just like, well, I can only really go on vacation once a year, maybe twice a year. Well, I'm going to create the place that I don't want to run from.
This is Catopia.
Welcome to Catopia. Meow.
His friend Rich and his wife Laura are coming for Halloween, and we have to disinfect everything and make sure there's no cat here because he's allergic and he has to take allergy medicine. Now I'm allergic too, but it's been 49 years. So I can breathe just fine. No, fine.
Everything's great.
So, but we have to make sure we go the extra mile before Rich comes, and I always have the allergy meds ready and a bottle of water for when he comes, and we have coffee because
chocolate.
Coffee stimulates the
allergy medication.
Veins. No, the blood in your vein. It opens.
Oh, listen to how you break that shit down.
Yeah.
You would be like, I'd put my money down if somebody was poisoned in the house. Who did it? It was Paula. What do you mean it was Paula? It's Paula.
First of all, I would never
The
poison
movie's
anyone.
going to end right now. I'm going to walk in the other room and prove this to
No,
everyone.
I would never poison anyone.
I'll be like, tell him how it was done.
Nope.
Tell him.
Self-defense.
See? Told
It
you.
was self-defense.
I fucking told you. Y'all out there making it look too easy.
Self-defense.
So, yeah, we gotta stay on top of our okay. So if you stretch or do exercises, and do anything healthy or stimulating in a good way, expanding on that and making sure those creative juices flow is just as important as doing your stretches and your jog and your job and your, like, you can't limit and go, well, I got to work, so I can't do the things that make me happy. I'm going to have to wait till after work, or when, like, after I'm done working in 30 years or whatever. You can't do that any longer.
You have to squeeze it in.
You now have to make some shifts and arrangements with yourself.
Yeah,
there has to be a balance, or
you're gonna be sick. So
you're gonna
be
feel
well now.
Yeah, it's good. Your stagnant creativity will create a sickness in you.
Look, you
on the
remember,
next level.
you know, this is a podcast. We call it a show because originally it was a show. It was on a radio station in Denver,
and other places.
But I talked about. Oh, I forgot what I was just gonna say. Oh, I had to get off my anti-inflammatory that I had been on for years, probably more than 10 years. And yes, I still have inflammation and I still have pain, but nowhere near the pain that I had when I was on the medication, you know, because we found out it causes inflammation in other areas. And I stopped taking the pills, and I publicly talked about it on the podcast. And it was one of the hardest things I had to do, and it was just an anti-inflammatory. And now I'm working my way down with the antispasmodic. I have a little more time with that one, but it's hard, you know, because we still have to navigate a 3D world, but you have to make time for you, whatever that is, whatever it is.
Mama is fixed.
Yes, Mama is fixed. Sorry. Yeah, she got hit by a car. Some other couple took her into their driveway or garage or shed or something, and then she ended up making it back to us while she was recovering, and then we took her in for about 6 months. This was a couple of years ago. Then we got her fixed and then let her out, and then we bought a doghouse for her, and she still wants to stay out, but now she comes in now that it started getting colder. So now she'll come in at night, and, you know, she gets flea medicine and more medicine. And, you know, even though she's an outside cat, she can come in anytime she wants. We're hoping that she never wants to go out again and that she's an inside cat forever, you know, but I don't,
because we're snuggle bunnies.
I don't think that's going to happen until we move, but, you know, she's coming with us.
Let's answer some questions.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys use thieves oil
to disinfect?
Thieves oil, is that what it's called?
Thieves oil.
Thieves oil. No, should we try it? Lisa Marie, thieves oil. All right, we have it, right? Do you want to write it down?
We don't have it.
No, can you write it down? We have to get it.
We do.
Is that what we should use to disinfect? I guess she's to type in.
We got to answer a bunch in a row.
Okay.
So we'll get back to it in a minute.
Okay, we're gonna write it down. I'm high and I can't see the words.
Frank,
but I'm happy.
Do you think that the concept, the idea of God is also a matrix program? The word God, to me, denotes the character in the 4D matrix program that was trying to keep us locked in this fucking thing. So yes. So I just use source, and that's everything. It's everything inside the program, outside the program,
Outside,
everything everywhere. It's everything everywhere. So you could argue with the program when the program's like, well, but I'm God. And I'm like, but I'm source. So you're actually, I wrote you into the program, bitch. You're a fourth density being telling someone from like 16D what the fuck's going on. What are you, nuts? Go sit back down in your corner before somebody comes out here and give the treatment. Nah. Threatened again. Thrown in the corner. Wearing the dunce cap.
Foiled.
Yeah, and don't come back. Foiled again. You light beings, you're crazy. Yeah, anything that calls itself God and then sends something called creeping death to kill the firstborn children, or else put blood on the door so it skips over your door of the virgin lamb or whatever. I don't even know at this point, but that is not source. The creator would not do that. It requires no blood context to do anything, no ritual, and he'll just be like, I pretty much know. Source would go, I know which one of you is not doing that and doing whatever is right. So all the bad guys, but Source doesn't get involved like that. Source sends us inside the bodies because we're Source. Little versions of herself everywhere. And then we just activate online and things are calling themselves God. And we look at them and we're from Source and we're like, nice try, kid. See you around, kid. Game's up, chump. And you're like, oh, Dad, the lights are going out and they just went on the streets. I got to get home for dinner. That's what the God is saying. And it's not capital, it's lowercase. Anyone could pretend to be that if your magic is or technology is high enough. You know, I'm God, homie. You look just like me. You see, I created everything. All this you see. Look, open the portal in front of you. All that you see. You'd be like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. If you were on an island, you'd be like, this fucking guy's God. He's literally created me. Look at this shit. He showed up and said something. Wow. That's what that dude would say, though. And then if you'd go to the island and dispute it, he'd kill you. You go, my God was here. You fucking lie. He was walking with us.
I have arrived.
Yeah. It's funny you just said that. That's one of the things I did say on the ayahuasca. I felt it so weird. I had the source experience, and then I was back in my body, and I've arrived, and I was like, what the fuck was that? But it felt so freeing. Like, wait a second, I'm Source, but I'm also me.
Wow, yeah,
Monkey's got a
too.
new toy. So then when anything approaches you,
Ready,
you could just go, see, this is the hardest part, people say, is when you say you're the all and that you're Source, it's the hardest part to grasp because you got to put yourself above God. And I'm like, no, you're everything. You're not putting yourself above anything. You're everything.
But you have to believe there is an everything.
Thing. Right. Well, if somebody's going to come and roll on you and claim it, I'm your God. It's like, yeah, right. You got to come with a little more proof than that, homie.
Oh, here. This is for you.
I would sit and then God in the Bible changes. Maybe he just flips his tune on purpose, air quotes, right? Like in the New Testament, he's kind of hardcore.
Because a council,
and it's a he, by the way,
of men decided what was appropriate to say at that time.
Yes, I love this girl. A council of men decided what's appropriate for all of us
to read.
Wow. That's some fucking truth right there.
They took all the good parts out.
The great parts. There's no mother in the Bible. The only mother is a virgin mother. And then she's always kind of like,
no land.
Yeah, no money, no land, no real people. Your dad, you're Jesus's mom, but nobody really likes you. Like, it's just all this weird stuff going on. The other girl that's involved, and I don't mean to be nasty, is Mary Magdalene, they totally rip on her for being a whore.
But it's not who she was.
No, I know, but that's what they did to her.
Demonized her, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. You don't have to defend it to me. I get it.
I'm not defending it.
They took the sacred feminine and just
crushed her.
Let's turn
Every
her into a
religion.
dirty chick.
Every religion.
Right? Oh, you dress like that?
Every
You're a total
religion.
whore. What's going on here? Blah, 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 blah. They come right at
Okay.
you
That's
from
enough.
the religious.
Mhm.
No. Well, we've overcome that. I'm saying the women got patoofed. It's not kind of fair at all.
Nope.
We know the Trinity is not really God's, Jesus,
It's you.
and the Holy Ghost.
You and you.
It's
you.
just all one. You. Right? So it's all parts. It's like you are a man and or a woman, but we're both, and you're everything else. So there's your Trinity. Here, you want a Trinity? There you go.
Right.
You're you and her and them all at once. There's no separation, by the way. So there's no hierarchy. Wait, what? Yeah, so those guys are full of shit. Right? That's where we're at with this mess. That's why I keep saying just disconnect and go within. Come back and check on people and then go, yeah, I didn't see that, or I saw that, or it resonates, or that doesn't resonate. Remember, one activated person is worth more than 10,000 minimum with their hands up waiting or expecting something. During that time is when you're supposed to be rising, facing shadow work, living your life, creating. I told my mother the other day, always learning.
Because if you don't, you're doing it again. You're doing it again.
Why don't you make yourself just fucking feel better about life? Pump some music. She was quiet. And I'm like, go run around naked and smoke a fucking joint. Just run through the house naked, scare the dog, chase the dog naked, through the house. Just have fun. She was like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm great. If when I get my property, I'm going to be running naked through it. So I'm going to have to put up a fucking wall between my nakedness and you. And she just looked at me like, what? I'm like, you have to have fun. Fun.
She doesn't get it.
Fun. Life isn't.
I planted 2 plants yesterday.
No, I didn't.
I had a good time.
Fun.
I got rid of a lot of stuff.
You were amazing today.
We got 3 bags of garbage, right? 3 garbage bags.
Yeah, I got one right there.
And a recycling, right?
Mm-hmm. And all that cardboard, like that wide, on its side,
everything
flattened out. I was like, holy shit!
And there's one more order that has to be.
Yeah, and there's more cardboard over there, and more garbage.
I know we have to get it out because the Amazon is spraying the boxes with rodent repellent. So don't let your cats or your dogs play in the boxes.
Amazon boxes.
Because we got some, and I made Frank take them out right away.
Yeah, I don't want nobody's little animals getting sick. Have I ever asked about the appropriate diet to follow in order to properly maintain your man suit? Yes, kind of. So Aya gave me a rundown on some things, but she said, Frank, we know you're not going to listen to this one. We know you too well. So we're going to just give you like the rundown on what's. They're like, you're not a vegetarian. We're going to tell you that right now. They're like, don't even really try to go 100% that. Right. You will get very sick doing that, and you'll look sickly. So don't follow the crowd with everything. You have to follow you. However, don't eat any crap. No McDonald's, no cheap hamburger meat. Like, you buy meat, you're gonna eat, it's gonna be good.
Once we did.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But this is what she told me. She doesn't like that we eat pasta at all, and sugar is a no bueno across the board. So
that's a hard one. That's
like quitting cigarettes and drugs, or some people.
Yeah, I mean,
like, I can't ever do that ever again. It's like, no.
I have cut down the coffee that I have, and that
coffee's fine with no unchemicaled coffee is fine.
I can't have it without sugar.
Right. Well, you could use honey as well. We've heard about that.
I have honey with my tea, but I have cut down the amounts of the amount of coffee I drink every day. That
anything processed is
significantly cut it down.
We'll just bloat you and fuck you over. So you're looking at blockages doing that, right? Like what else did you change?
I started taking vitamins again. I don't feel great.
I take like iodine drops, like 3 a day. I got some zinc caps here. We have turmeric.
A
whole bunch of shit around here.
Oh yeah, I'm just doing what I can.
So
you know, I'm not. I'm
you have
not
to
going crazy.
exercise.
Oh yeah, we've been
Greens are
exercising.
always good.
Yeah, as much green as
Anything
you can.
you grow, if you eat, that's a total in your pocket right
That's
there.
why
That's a win victory.
I is like,
if your diet is, she did tell me this. She's because it had to do with us growing everything.
Yeah.
She's like, imagine eating. All right, the stuff that you guys randomly go and get. So the other day when we had fruits and vegetables and we had all that shit, and then we looked at it and we were like, oh, imagine having 5 trees of this, 5 trees of this, 5 trees of this. So a smoothie costs $8 I can go out in my backyard. I can pick 4 everything. Fruits, mix it with a fucking whatever, a peanut thing I'm doing, and then create some kind of cool drink for free. Right? She's like, you're going to tend to stay away from. And then knowing that you can do that kind of stuff, you're going to stay away from all this shit. She goes, you're going to have more of a tendency to go outside and pick up mango and go, I'm eating this in the hot summer sun morning right now. And then you're going to go, take blueberries from your stuff and eat them with your pancakes.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. So you can't glutton though. But I notice naturally, I'm a little weird. And I have these, I don't want to call it Middle East, but like, you know how they, when certain people fast, it's like as soon as the sun goes down, they could eat.
Yeah, you always find it easier to eat later during the day. It's
a natural occurring thing in me. I can't, but it also, she's like, you're fasting during that time when you're doing it, because you don't do it all the time. She usually do it a lot, but you don't, when you get heavy and you're eating a lot all night long, that's just you gaining weight, being stupid. But when you just eat your one meal and then a little snack, that's the way to go. If you're going to fast it and blow it out, right? If not, wake up in the morning, have water, which I never do first. Have a nice glass of water, and then anything you eat something a little healthier. Like, don't pack it in. Like, eat till you I can't breathe. We used to eat like that on the job, and then you'd be standing there like,
we used to eat like that,
but
I don't cook like that anymore. I don't make as much food as I used to make before.
Everyone's cut down. Everybody's habits of just sticking their hand in the bowl and shoving it in their face dropped by at least 50%, I would say. I notice on people, especially around here, because you were like, oh, I'll never not do this or never not do that. And then now years later into it, you started to make changes on your own.
Oh, definitely. It's just my body just can't handle that amount of food anymore. It's weird. It's very
my
strange.
Knees hurt if I fill my belly up too much. Like, it just, things start to not work right. I get wobbly and dizzy, and it's like it takes too much energy that was supplying me energy, which is weird. I've already had the energy, but you got to fill your body with a little bit of something. Yeah, and if you don't, you get this really longing for, like, I'm going to be sick. I was nauseous from doing that. I don't think I was drinking enough water.
Well, you were microdosing, so maybe you weren't drinking enough water. You don't know. So it could have been a lot of things. Could have been you traveling. You were traveling also.
This was one of the greatest couple of days, just because of what was accomplished and what was done.
It was 17 days.
No, but the last few days I've been really.
Oh, as far as you accomplishing something.
The whole first part of my
very,
mushroom experience,
a lot of that
was me purging. They were showing how much shit collects in my body. Not literal, but yes, literal, but not literal. Like,
no,
the other things,
I get it.
Metallic stuff, and I had to fight off a couple of things, and then other nights were just fucking cool. I mean, the vibe is so intense, it's hard to explain it. It's like being there, but I'm right here, and I'm not out there because I'm still right here in the now, and I'm under, but I'm doing stuff.
because you were
I'm not watching staring at TV like this all the
Right,
time.
right.
I'll watch a show with you
yeah,
and then
or have a conversation.
we'll pause it right in the middle of the first 10 minutes of the fucking show, and then we're in the middle of a giant chat,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're doing
Yeah.
something here and taking a look at this.
Yep.
Hey, do you want to cook this? Hey, okay, let's do that instead. So yeah, maybe like as things start falling into place, things like your diet, you'll start like I crave mustard. I don't know what the fuck that's all about.
Oh, I had to throw the mustard in the kitchen away because it expired.
Okay.
So when we go to the supermarket, I'll get another jar of the.
It's the
mustard
weirdest
here.
thing. Yellow mustard.
Mhm.
I've been putting it on everything.
The squeezy one is in there, but the Dijon one I had to throw away.
That's fine. I don't really like the Dijon one. I like the yellow one.
We're gonna try to make baby beef Wellingtons. We're gonna see if they work. All we need is the now the Dijon mustard because I had to throw it away, and we need the Parmesan or prosciutto. We could figure out which one.
I hate both of those.
You're not even gonna know it's there. It's just gonna seal everything in.
I don't want to eat that.
You don't want the Parmesan on it?
No, I don't want to eat ham.
Okay.
And what the fuck I gotta tell you about eating that
Oh,
shit?
what the fuck I gotta tell you? This is how you gotta talk to me? Okay.
It's all right. Yo, ham.
It's prosciutto.
It comes from
I know that it comes from a pig. Go ahead. Okay. Go ahead.
That's all I'm gonna say.
He doesn't eat pork. All right. So we're gonna do it without the Parmesan. We're gonna do it without the prosciutto.
Can't we wrap it in something different?
What, bacon? It comes from a pig too. Turkey bacon, it's chemicals.
I don't like this idea then.
So then we're not doing it.
I'm not doing it.
No, we could do it without the ham. Oh, you're being a pussalophagus. That's what you're doing. Oh, so then if that's no, we still need the Dijon mustard. We have to go to the supermarket. We're also making. We're gonna try wheat, Rice Krispie, Fruity Pebble treats, and we're gonna make the marshmallow. We're gonna make Swiss meringue. We're gonna make Swiss meringue, and we're gonna make wheat, Rice crispy Fruity Pebbles, Rice Krispie treats.
Oh my
For
god, I want to
Halloween.
make that right now.
Oh my god, I think we have another show before then, but that's what we're gonna try to do. I think we're gonna do a little test run first to see if it works, and then if it works, we're gonna do that for Halloween. Maybe we'll do a Frank.
I don't. We got to make a couple. That we could just eat a bunch of.
We have
Because if it has all wheat in it, and then I go into a crunch fit.
Oh,
like that's gonna be.
Then
like,
maybe we do one that's not a non-weed one.
We could do a non.
We'll do that. We'll do a test run because we have to see if the Swiss meringue is gonna work. If not, we have to buy marshmallows and melt them. But I think the Swiss meringue will work.
I think it'll work.
I think it'll work too. It's just whipping the egg white and
Whipping
the
it,
sugar. I think we
whipping
can do it. I think we can do it.
I'll tell you what we do. I know people have pest problems and ant problems and mosquito stuff and spider problems. We use peppermint oil and tea tree oil in water bottles where you just put a couple shakes in, and then you shake that up, and then you squirt like your windowsills, like the peppermints for spiders mostly, and then the tea trees for pretty much everything else. Just letting you so people are like, what else do you guys do? Right, like just because you can't eat things you walk away from, I would pull you away from. That's no good. Poisons around your house.
Oh, I don't want to use the flea medicine. We're doing it all natural. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks terrible. We have lime sprinkled everywhere. We're like, Frank and I have now.
No, it's called First Saturday lime.
Saturday lime.
Everyone
Not
would
the
be dead
lime
if
that
we.
you would, not the lime that you use to get rid of a body. This is for fleas and ticks. You can spread it in chicken coops. And so we have it everywhere.
I went out and I did the yards.
We have
I did everybody's corner
we
yards.
have the entire perimeter of
What's
the
all that
house
white shit?
done, and everyone's yard's got a dusting. And even when it rains, it stays.
Yeah. I'm like, holy fuck! Do you guys see Tony Montana? He just ran through here.
Yeah, well,
he was throwing white shit up into the air.
Frank and I have been
Christmas.
inhaling this shit for weeks, and it's like now we have an aversion to it. Now we're good, but the fleas are going away.
Ground
So-
pumpkin seeds treat parasites in cats.
Oh, that's good to know. Ground pumpkin seeds. Oh,
Mhm.
because I just had we had a butternut squash seeds. We ate them though. But to ground the pumpkin seeds, we could do that because we have a couple of little pumpkins. We could do that. That's good to know.
I think because of the there's a pumpkin shortage. I heard.
Is that why there weren't many Jack B. Littles?
Yes,
Oh, I'm lucky to have what I have then. Okay, I should be grateful.
because of the shipping stuff problems.
Oh, I see. That's why I want to grow pumpkins when we move. And I don't want them in a raised bed. I want to grow them on the ground because they're heavy and big. And I want a whole bunch of Jack B. Littles.
I was having dreams that Paula and I had like basement shelves and like the metal racks, and then on one set of racks we were growing all different kinds of regular mushrooms, like a lot of them. Like we were like pulling these bins out, and there were lights over the bins, and we would just kind of like, you know, pick them, and then they'd start fucking growing again, and then we were taking them and throwing. We were just going like ha 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 ha, throwing them into a barrel. And then the barrel had the.
I'm telling you, we can
ground it all up.
We can get a commercial grinder,
and then we had them in.
We can make flowers
buckets
too.
And shit.
If we could
then we were feeding it to chickens. We were eating it and everything. And then it was ground up.
Look,
and we were giving it to the cats and the
how-
dogs and my mother, and everyone was fucking like, what's up, everyone?
I don't know if you're taking yours every day. I take one pill every day. I know you're supposed to take two, but I'm sharing. So I take one pill a day. Roxy takes a pill every day, and Oscar's been taking a pill every day. And Roxy, who has liver cancer, but because of her age, we decided not to treat her because she's an old gal.
They said she wouldn't survive it.
She won't survive the treatment, and I don't believe in the poison. We've been giving her
Paul Stamets
mushrooms. I take it out of the capsule every day, and I put it in her food.
Thank you, Paul Stamets.
Thank you, Paul Stamets. Some days she doesn't get it because some days she's finicky and she'll want to eat when I didn't put the food in, or the mushroom that I put the food in, she doesn't want that food, and I try to mix it. And so some days she doesn't get it, or some days she only gets a little bit. But most days she gets one capsule. This cat, a couple of months ago,
she looked like she was going.
She looked like she was on her way out. And to the point where Frank's mom said to me, you know, are you going to do the right thing? And I said, are we talking about what I think you're talking about? And she said, yes. And I said, no, I talked to Roxy. She's not ready yet. And I respected her because everyone could see it. She could barely move. She could barely walk. She was barely eating. And then we turned it around. And now she is leaping and jumping.
She does this like scramble.
Yeah,
like across the whole fucking room.
She goes
like,
outside once a day.
Yeah, she
hasn't done that in 2 years since COVID started. She hasn't gone outside. She goes outside every day, and she jumped up on her spot in the window in the bedroom. The only reason she hasn't done it is because Paula's got a big mess of stuff there, and she's got to clean that up. But and Oscar's stomach and mouth is getting better. I've been giving him an antacid, but I don't like it because it's a prescription antacid. And, you know, it's been helping, and it's kind of helping the mouth ulcer. You know, some days he gets it, some days he doesn't. Again, if he's fussy with the food and he doesn't want it, someone else will get the mushroom. They'll eat that portion. But we've been doing it for, I don't have the
date.
It's got to be the beginning of September.
Yeah,
maybe.
It's been weeks and weeks.
Maybe the beginning of September. So it's definitely over a month. It's almost 2 months. And her hair is growing back. Her hair was falling out, and she was itching everywhere.
She smells great.
And she smells great. Her hair is growing back, and she stopped itching. So I'm happy. You know, I'm happy. Whatever time I get with her, I'm blessed.
It's been interesting.
But I'm happy, and I've been taking it every day, and I feel great.
Flowing with the change and like sciencing things. Well, we're gonna have to see what happens. right? All the new plants are in. The other plants are almost ready.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we took a bad situation and it got worse.
And then it got worse.
And then it got worse. And then it was like, let's just burn everything down. Let's just burn everything.
Get a flamethrower. We're lighting everything up.
Like, let's, you know, between the flooding and the mold and the bug infestation and it was just and the cats and the it was horrible. So
the crowds and the New Yorkers.
And we got through it all. And now we seem to be not on, I wouldn't say an upswing yet, but we're kind of like we're getting there.
No, it feels good.
We're chugging.
I think
we're on an upswing.
That we blasted through at some point before the full moon.
All the shit.
And then when the full moon hit, it was like weird for a lot of people. And I was like, this is the best.
You were like, this is the best. I was like, I need to sleep.
I still feel fantastic. I just needed the rest.
Today I felt fantastic. Yesterday I didn't get done.
We had 3 days of straight output.
But yesterday we were in Home Depot at 11:30. I mean, we were rocking and rolling.
Chopping wood.
And you know what? We created a thing of beauty. And it was okay. And then everything got, you know, it's weird because we don't really keep a tight schedule. We're like, these are the things that have to get done. They have to get done in the next few days, but we can decide the order in which they get done. Sometimes you get thrown everything in one day, like today, and you either handle it or you don't. And we did. And I was proud of myself because of the way it went down. And I could have half-assed the fuck out of it, and I didn't.
No, that was a wild transformation
and I did
today.
It. I mean, I still have to, like, I have to do clean, like labor cleaning now. Like, but I did all
it's almost like the
infrastructure is taken care of now.
Oh yeah, the full moon is carrying out the last remnants of trash that needs to go.
I had to get all that expired shit out, and I had to get trash out. I mean, we got to get rid of a lot of clutter, and it's almost like it's a metaphor.
So you don't have to go home, but you just can't stay.
Oh here. Yeah, I just Joe was here. I was like, okay, Joe, we got to wrap this up now. It's time to go.
No, today was a move. Yeah. I gotta go.
And you know what? I felt good because we got stuff done.
Yeah,
we did.
It was
we
a
really
completeness.
did.
This is what's making me feel as whole as a person. Not that I got out and did all this random shit. Like we're getting in the corners. We're being
responsible, yeah, and we're shining the light in places we don't want to look. And we're taking care of
all of it. We're just like, let's do it. But it feels fucking great.
Yeah.
Because now I feel like
we're opening that box in the attic that hasn't been opened. We know what it is, but we don't want to approach it. And it's like, look, it's going to bite you in the ass today, tomorrow, next month, next year.
It's coming.
So just do it.
Just let's get this out of the way right now and pretend that it's not pretend time anymore.
Just do it. Sometimes for me and Frank, it is like 2 grown-up children hanging out and playing house, and it's wonderful, and it's giggles, and it's TV, and it's blunts and coffee and shit talking, and it's great, and it lasts for days. Other weeks, it's like, there is no time. What are you doing? What are you out of your mind? What is happening right now? We are on a schedule. And he's like, what are you talking about? I was like, we got to get this and this done. Your mother's coming. She said 11. She'll be here at 10:30. 10:32. Who's pulling up? Diane. Okay. So, you know, it was one of those weeks. You know, and now, you know, tomorrow's Sunday and we have some shit we have to do. But after that, and we have to walk tomorrow because we didn't walk today.
No, I know.
So we have to go on our
My
walk.
butt cheeks were burning.
My hips were.
I was like, whoa.
My hips were burning, and I was like, oh, and my abs. I was like, oh, I like
the
that.
core areas.
Yeah,
was getting
like,
jostled.
Yeah, go me.
Yeah. Yeah. See, it's starting to create an air in the environment of do or not. It hasn't been, well, you can't do that. I don't see. He's just saying it was like, we haven't been that. We've been like, yes, you can. We'll get it done. Hey, let's try this. Hey, you want to do that? Hey, take a look at this.
Right.
You know, maybe we should go for a walk.
Yeah, because tomorrow we could create. Because Frank had a great idea for outside, and I was like, I can't think about that because I got a disaster happening
Yeah,
here.
this
Like, we
fucking place was upside down.
we
But
gotta, it looked like a warehouse. Like,
I
we
gotta
just,
try this week to record. By the way,
yeah. So we'll put on the calendar.
video for the video.
Oh yeah. You gonna do it outside or inside?
I think I'm gonna do 1 and 1.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna do
All
3
right.
shots. I
Whatever
think I'm
you
gonna do me sitting on the porch, me like up against the brick over here on the walk path because it's a walk path, and then so you wouldn't know, and then outside, just walking up the street, which is another walk path. Right?
You need me to take the pictures?
I don't take my own pictures, motherfucker. I guess you're the cameraman this week, homie.
I guess I am.
That's right. I'll show you how to do it. I'll show you how I want to be filmed. Low to high. No, I'm just kidding. All right. I love
Because I
everyone.
must obey. Yeah.
No, don't be
Yeah,
ridiculous.
no. No.
Della, I choose to see this as the beginning of times. Let the whole world fall apart. I am an anchor of light.
I think it's a big shed. I think we're just shedding. Like we're shedding things, and we're shedding people, and we're shedding time, and
layers.
we're shedding just
Literal
shit.
skin and
Yeah.
shit and
Yeah, we're just shedding.
purge, clean all this stuff up.
Get it out, get rid of it, detach from it.
Grow, expand.
Yeah,
Be
it's
more
like
aware.
it's weird. Christy. Yeah, we have an eclipse on the way. I'm gonna kill myself. And there's like one week out of the month that I could crawl out of a hole and just be happy. Like the other time, it's like I'm just running backwards and like standing in my piss, like just standing there, just
This morning when I was up early,
horrified.
I made the mistake of making noise by the
I
window.
told you can't let them see you in the window.
What the fuck?
Reggie.
No, I
Bear?
opened the window. I fed 3 cats quietly all of a sudden, and Roxy.
Mhm.
I was like, all right, I'm gonna have a little sip of the.
Nope.
And then another wave. I go.
I told you it takes me an hour.
They were coming in one, and then a second later, you're like, okay, I can handle another.
Yeah.
And now they're all walking around. I could feel that nervous energy, like feed me, motherfucker.
Frank woke up early this morning. I got up.
You guys gotta give me a second. I'm like, that doesn't work with cats at all.
Nope. Bear woke me up. It was like 5. No, it was late. It was like
I
5.
thought Brian was gonna knock me over.
Oh, because he was rubbing
just
you. He was
rubbing
like,
me so
please, I'm
hard.
starving, dude.
So good to see you.
Bear woke me up. It was like 5:30. And he went, like quiet, like I'm not gonna wake Frank up, but you got to get up the first time. So I got up, and then whoever was here that ran out, so he had treats, and then he ran out.
You were like,
And I think someone came in or something
Fuck outta
happened,
here,
and then
kid.
I went, I put the fan on because it was getting hot in the bedroom. I put the fan on in the bedroom, and then I came out here. It was freezing out here, and I had to shut the window, and I went to sleep on the couch. And then I think I said, forget this, because that bird was squawking outside. There's a blue jay that squawks for peanuts, and he must have saw me between like the slit and the curtains go on the couch, and I was like, fuck this, and I went back in the bed, and then that was it. I went out, and then
he's so loud, that bird.
you must have gotten up,
It got so hot again.
because when I woke up, the lights were on, and I was like, where is Frank? Like, oh my, what time is it? Is it today or is it tomorrow? Like, I didn't know what happened.
I gave into it. I said, I'm just gonna get up.
But isn't it horrible once they see movement? It's horrible.
Then I went outside, and then it started outside.
I know, and
I'm
they
like,
all cry at you, and it's like babies crying. It's like, feed me, feed me,
well, I brought
feed me.
Mama. Then Reggie showed up, and
Mhm.
she was looking at me like, oh, poor
Yeah,
face.
I
Like, I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
I'm gonna have to wait for food. It's like, listen, you
Yeah,
ain't gonna
yeah.
fucking die for an extra 30 seconds.
No.
Cut that shit out.
It's terrible.
I'm like, your poor mother, what you put her through every
No,
day.
Frank doesn't understand. I don't press the coffee button,
You
the
little son of a
on
bitches.
button for the coffee pot until I am
kidding.
done. And I always save Oscar for last. even though he should eat
That's
first.
why I've been setting up the coffee at night. I've
Thank
been
you
trying
so
to
much.
so you just press a
Do
button.
you see
and
how
then
much easier it
go
is?
feed everyone,
Yes.
and then coffee's
No,
ready.
I don't press the button because for me it takes because it's 2 or 3 waves in the morning. So I don't press that button until I know I am almost done. Then when
This
I'm
is why we
almost
need
done,
robots for this kind of shit.
Then when I'm almost done, then I have to feed Oscar, and Oscar gets fed under my bed. Now, I don't know why. There are a million places that he could eat, and his domain was the kitchen counter. It was always the kitchen counter because his tail was always in or around the coffee pot, always. So his domain was the kitchen counter. I don't know how he made it from there to under my bed. He eats a special meal, and I have to lay under the bed and tell him he's a good boy while he eats it and doesn't choke because he has no teeth. And I have to make sure I mix his medicine and his water in it so this way it goes down smooth. And then I have to have the other half of it in another bowl because he can't have too much in one bowl. And then we make sure he eats it. He doesn't throw up. And then if he's okay, then he gets another little half dish. And then he gets coconut oil because he's got to disinfect and clean his mouth and make sure that everything's okay. So that takes like another 20 minutes to get through. And then I can have coffee. And then after I sit down and have coffee, then Frank casually wakes up and he's like, hey, what's going on? I love you. And it's like, you don't even want to know. And then he got a taste of it today. So, but when I woke up, I was like, oh my God, is it tomorrow? Like, I didn't know what happened to me. But, he was like, no, I took care of everything. And I was like, okay, I believe to trust you right now because I am going to have my coffee and not think about it. But it was strange because, and then of course, like he died in the middle of the day. He was like, I just got to go lay down. But everything's fine now. And all the boxes are put away and all the expired food is gone and life is good once again. And like, we can be stupid later, like we could totally be like, like silly.
Shout outs to Cottonmouth. You always seem to know when to fucking hit it the right time.
Oh my God.
I
know. I know.
There's probably an entity behind us going, drink more water.
Okay. I like water.
I love water. All right. Thanks everyone. We just wanted to hang out with everyone tonight. We didn't really have a topic. I have to integrate a little bit more. I have some weirdo stories in between.
Well, there's a lot. You've received a lot of information. I mean, information that you haven't even processed yet.
I was in the tank again, and I saw Richie Johnson. He looked coming in the tank at me, and he was coming. Like, I go, "That's my best friend."
We should ask.
That's my best friend. I started screaming.
We should ask him if he took mushrooms. Maybe he did. Coincidentally, even though there are no quizzes, maybe he did during.
Nah, it looked like an older version of him.
Oh, okay. You were just
with a chunkier face. He like looked into the porthole.
Did he have a big beard?
He had a mustache.
No beard?
Not really.
Really?
It was kind of like it was him. I looked right at him. I was like, "That's my friend," and he waved, and I was like, "Holy fuck!"
Curious.
It's those are wild moments, man. You'll be like looking up, realizing you're floating, and then realizing you're in some kind of liquid floating, and then you're out of the liquid, but in the liquid, and you could see what's going on. There's like, it almost tells you like your vitals. And the information's up all about you and all kinds of shit. They're running all kinds of tests. And then people are like, "Oh, Frank's up." And you're like, "I know him." You're this, like, I've done this so many times that when I see people now, I go, "Hey, it's me." And they're like, "Hey, oh yeah." Or they're there already waiting. And I'm like, "You." And they're like, "You." Mm-hmm. Instead of being in like just over wonderment. I'm like surprised, like, yay, like when you wave and see someone in the crowd, where you're driving by and you see your boy, you're like, "Yo, it's you." So when that happens, and you're in the tank, waking
Which
up
I'm
on
sure
the other
it's a wonderful
side,
feeling. Well, when I saw
whatever
you,
that means.
in my experience, I was like, Frank, you're here.
Yeah.
You're a fish. I think we're dolphin, tuna, something like that.
I did something with my brother, like on the other side, not in 3D, but I was like, and it was like freaking him out. And I was like holding him and teaching him how to ground, holding him with the energy. And then all these things came out of him. And then they were just floating there. And it was versions of him. So they almost looked like videos of him as these other, all these other characters. And one of them was like a smaller dinosaur. And I go, look, that's you. You were a fucking dinosaur too. Keep going, motherfucker. I was just yelling at him. And then he's like, this is crazy. And all the energy was coming in and the bubble came up with all the versions of him. I go, you need to clear that shit up now. And he was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. It was funny as shit, but I know that's him working.
But it makes sense now. I have little dinosaur statues in all my plants, little dinosaurs, green and red. And I got them, I mean, a couple of years before Frank found out we were dinosaurs, but it makes sense now. It totally does.
I was like,
right?
I could relate to you knowing that you did things that I did, that we did things
together.
Like, all right, so if I could look at you as a human, right, and now I love you, right, but now you pop out occurs and it says, look, she was a dinosaur, you were a dinosaur with her, you were a king cobra, she was a king cobra with you.
I told you the thing I liked the best.
These were cats.
Yeah, but the thing I liked the best was we
fish.
didn't need any stuff. Like we killed what we ate and we ate it.
Just rocks.
Oh, okay.
It was like total freedom.
Yeah.
There was this freedom to just move
you don't
through
have
the
any
environment.
Stuff, but you're still in love.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
And what do they call those, life mates?
When soulmate,
when
life
the
mates,
animals do it.
Yeah, life mates, yeah.
They're like, there's a lot of animals, including reptiles, birds, insects.
Totally. We were fish. But we didn't need any stuff, but
Well, that makes me, when I see it, so you were this together. So you were also everything else. And there's other things we've done together that I'm not aware of.
I'm sure I was a girl.
But now I can relate to you more because of this.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's more to Paula. It doesn't mean I'm going to sit here and have dinosaur conversations with you. It means I can there's something in the connection that I relate to, knowing this, that makes a deeper connection between us resonate, going back and forth, and forth.
I get it. Yeah.
So when my brother did that, it's like I have things in common with you, mother trucker,
more than
right?
You know. Yeah, more.
We were both dinosaurs, but I was a big one. Well, Paula was the big one. Like,
so then I said,
bigger.
I said, you probably took me away from your brother then too.
Damn, I was looking at her and I was like, I'm married.
No, I knew her first.
That was my friend. That's fucking funny. I'm gonna roll another one. All right, so everyone have a great night. Thank you for being with us. Enjoy your dinosaur version of yourself. Go out there and then investigate that tropical jungle. Go violate creatures' rights by biting their fucking heads off and enjoying it with your other.
You need stuff, so it's great. No, it was so freeing. Like
we were just running. There was nothing big enough to fight you to be like to do anything. That would be a rare thing for that to occur. So you're just roaming around.
I know I was a gorilla too. Then, if you were a gorilla, I probably knew you.
I have a direct connection, so they fucking showed up here and were like, "Bro," I'm like, "Are you fucking serious?"
I could
They're
understand
like,
you. Yeah. Either I was your etheric translator or I was a gorilla too.
Listen, you have to be everything to even be here. Mm-hmm. So we've already done all this stuff already. There's a version of us just sitting in the future going, it's almost there. We've done all this. Like they're talking to each other, like they're bringing the two of us through, almost like cheering us through the line.
I hope so.
Then when we get to them, we merge with them.
I like panicking. We want to put a tree up and I have to move Palm Baby and we had to put her in a smaller pot because we have to move her next month. And it's like, we just want her to be happy. Want her to make the trip into the darkness, which is the bedroom.
To the dark winter. Everybody, thank you for being here with us. We love you. We appreciate every one of you, and all your energies are wonderful and beautiful. Do the things that you feel make you happy, that you want to do in this life. We don't have that much time, so just think about it. The things that you wouldn't accomplish or get done, even from the most minimal to the maximum, depends who you are, what you're doing. Go for it. Enjoy yourself. You know, read the thing you want to read, watch the movie you want to watch, go for the walk you've been wanting to go for. You know, you want to join the gym, go join the gym. You like something about you, exploit it more. Right, Rox? So as Roxy exploits it more, we will too. Have a great Saturday night.
Have a great Saturday.
Stay fearless, and the universe, it rewards bravery. No, it really does. I tell you.
Yeah, it does.
See you next time. Eating the pudding.